the world's center of racing, the virtual Daytona International Speedway is back at it again tonight with the Outlaws Sim Series Gunman Trucks season opener. 100 laps around a 2.5 mile tri-oval gives us 250 miles of high speed, wide open, intense action. Welcome to the virtual Daytona Beach, Florida. Jacob Zala, I am so glad to be back here with you, bringing a series to the channel that I've highly anticipated. And our Vincent Cortez is along for the ride on our social media coverage this evening, which you can check out his status updates tonight on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As I said, 250 miles around the high banks. Jacob, tell us more about the ins and outs of Daytona.
Yeah, and like you said at Daytona, we have 31 degrees of banking in 1 and 2, 31 in 3 and 4, and 18 degrees of banking in the tri-oval. These guys are going to be pushing, and they're going to be racing hard tonight, and we'll have to see who can come out on top. This is a very prestigious racetrack, the World Center of Racing, as it is called here at Daytona.
Again, it is the World Center of Racing because a plethora of motorsport bodies, motorsport sanctions race here, and we are so glad to be back here with NASCAR truck vehicles and ready to get to the action. Now, this is, of course, the season opener. Let's go through the season we have in front of us for the Outlaws Sim Series and their second ever season on iRacing. So, we're going to leave the 250-mile race at Daytona and head out to the Rock. Rockingham is going to be a fun little show, 165 laps there. Then we go to 1.5 miles at Homestead. Auto Club will be 97 laps at the 2-mile D-shaped oval. Phoenix will be 165. Las Vegas 160. Then we're going to go a little off-roading. We're going to sling some mud at Bristol Dirt this week. C-Fixed and C-Open have been at Knoxville. These trucks are fantastic on dirt. I cannot wait for that show at round number 7. Then we go from the dirt track at Bristol to the paperclip at Martinsville. We go a little road racing at Watkins Glen for 60 laps. New Hampshire 157, and Pocono will be the halfway point in this season, 77 laps there, Jacob.
And then we go to round 12 at Dover. It's a tough track, seemingly tough. We'll see how these drivers can handle it for 165 laps. Then we go to Charlotte, 170 laps at the D-shaped oval. Then Gateway, one of the harder tracks, I believe, on the sim. And then we go in round 15 to Iowa. I don't know how you feel about this track, Emerson, but Iowa is my favorite track in the trucks for 190 laps. I can't wait for that one. Then we go to Kansas for 150. Kentucky for 140 in round 17. Round 18, Texas 150. Round 19, the Charlotte Roval. That is a great race. It will be a great race to watch. Round 20, Talladega, a semi-decently good super speedway. I love that super speedway. Not a lot of people like it, but I do love that track. Round 21 at Bristol for 200 laps. And then we round it out at Atlanta, a half mile for 165 laps for the champion.
For the championship there at Atlanta, that is going to be one fun night at Hotlanta. At the moment, it's scheduled to be the current version of Atlanta, because if you didn't hear, Atlanta is getting a huge reprofile along with a repave, and that'll be exciting as well. But we're going with the old school Atlanta for now. Well, not even old school, because I know there was an older version of at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, but the current quad oval we have right now on the iRacing service. Now we look at the playoffs, and as Jacob went through them, the format for these playoffs is going to be slightly different. We still have 3 rounds, but we only have 7 races for these 4 rounds. I'm sorry. So that means there's going to be rounds of 2 races, and 3 drivers will be eliminated from each. So we're going to start with 13 drivers. 13 drivers will make the playoffs, the postseason. We go through Kansas and Kentucky. 3 drivers will be eliminated there to give us 10 drivers heading into Texas. 10 drivers still remain in championship contention through yet another 1.5 miles and then a road course. Then it's down to 7, and then who knows what's going to happen there. 7 drivers enter Talladega with a chance to win the title. 4 drivers will leave Bristol with a chance to go at it at Atlanta. We had an amazing championship battle last season at Kansas. All 4 championship competitors were led the championship at a lot of points throughout that race, and I cannot wait. The way that season ended has me all sorts of pumped for this season, and it starts here at Daytona. A little bit of history of the Outlaws Sim Series at Daytona. Last season, we ran 2 races here at the Big Oval in our 36 race schedule. In the NASCAR Xfinity cars, we had 6 cautions in the second Daytona race and 5 cautions in the first Daytona race. So, that granted, those races were slightly longer. They were about 120 laps apiece, and this race is going to be, 20 laps shorter. That's not, an egregious amount of cautions, but this is a larger field. Who knows what we'll see, but a lot more in store. Don't go away. We're going to be right back with more pre-race coverage of the Outlaws Sim Series and their season opener here at the virtual Daytona International Speedway. We'll be right back. Practice interviews and more pre-race coverage on the far side.
You found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Sound art introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of 2 products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Daytona International Speedway. Again, we are in pre-race coverage of the Outlaws Sim Series season opener here at the Daytona International Speedway, and I am so excited to get underway here at Daytona for the Outlaws Sim Series. And Outlaws Sim Series, it's a series I've covered personally since 2018, and I'm so glad to bring it to Pit Stop TV, a great partnership, and I'm hoping that this is just going to be a fantastic season for everybody involved. And for all of those who are maybe just watching from the Outlaw side, please check out all of our Pit Stop TV socials, or if you're just watching on Pit Stop TV and you want us to check out the rest of our social media coverage. So we have, of course, Facebook, our Facebook page at facebook.com/pitstoptv. We have an Instagram page now. It's relatively recently created. Instagram.com/pit_stop_TV, at pit_stop_TV, or twitter.com/pitstoptv, or at pitstoptv_. Our YouTube page, of course, youtube.com/c/pitstoptv1, where I assume most of you are watching from. And of course, we have a Twitch channel as well at twitch.tv/pit_stop_TV. That's where you can catch all of the Pit Stop TV action for the Outlaw Sim Series and the other broadcasts we do on the channel, like the MSRA Truck Series presented by VFW. Jacob and I will be on the call for that one tomorrow night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern at the Sprint Car Capital of the World, Knoxville Raceway. I am so excited, especially after being able to run some C-Fix and C Open this week, and see that what these trucks handle like on dirt at Knoxville. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a fun one for sure. You're not going to want to miss that tomorrow night, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. More MSRA coverage on Friday night. We're at Atlanta Motor Speedway, at a 1.54 mile quad oval in Hampton, Georgia, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Friday night for the MSRA National Series. And of course, Monday night, we have the BRP Pro Dirt Late Model Tour and their 13th race of the season at the dirt track at Charlotte, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you want your dirt racing fix, I believe it's the season finale. Andrew Joe will be bringing you all the action Monday night. You're not going to want to miss it. Of course, we couldn't do any of these broadcasts here at Pit Stop TV without the amazing support from our partners, like Tucson Sound Art. Your picture, your music. You provide the image that you want, and we will custom create a beautiful framed, high-quality canvas with a built-in Bluetooth speaker. With Sound Art, you get the best of both worlds. Visit TucsonSoundArt.com for additional info. Use promo code PitStopTV at checkout for 10% off of your purchase. Ever wish that you could have a race engineer on speed dial? Well, now you can, thanks to RacePace, a driver development service and setup shop all in one. Work with Tyler, a real-world race engineer, to step up your game before your next race. Pick up pace with RacePace, and I will strongly advocate for RacePace. RacePace has some amazing GT3 setups and other sports car setups. Again, it's a great community over there at RacePace. Check them out. Get in their Discord. It is a great time over there. And when it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy. With locations in Auburn, Lewiston, Naples, and Saco, Maine. Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine owner Ashley Boyer is a certified micropigmentation specialist who provides professional, safe, and personalized services. You can contact Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine at permanentmakeupinmaine.com, or you can call or text them at 207-358-8683. Whiplash Media specializes in various sim racing resources, including paint schemes, stream overlays, iRacing camera packs, and more. The official graphic and camera provider of Pit Stop TV, where you can grab your iBroadcast cameras today at www.pitstoptv.com. And of course, BAM Racing Videos. By a race fan for the racing community. And Jacob, last week we were able to witness the Outlaws clash. It was 50 laps, so pretty much half the race distance. We had one break there at lap 31. Tonight we have two stage breaks, but no cautions, if you will. So not even stage breaks, just stages. So at the completion of lap 20 and lap 45, the top 10 that are at the top 10 at the end of lap 20 and the top 10 at the end of lap 45, no matter if it is green or caution, will get stage points, and there will be no caution thrown for that stage. So you're always racing for something, but there's not going to be a stage break to affect the outcome of the race one way or another. It is going to be scored under natural flat conditions, the stages today. And again, at the completion of lap 20 and lap 45. But again, Jacob, back to what we were talking about. Last week, we were able to witness the clash at Daytona. What did you make of the race we had there, and what do you expect heading into tonight?
Well, as you saw last week at Daytona, the same track, the clash, there was a lot of misjudgment calls and a lot of moves that shouldn't have been made here today or here last week. So I think today these guys are going to be just testing things out of the water a little bit, keeping it calm most likely, and not trying to create havoc here at Daytona.
Absolutely. And again, we're watching Jeremiah Stutzman right now in practice, and everybody kind of working their way around. We had a big pack out there. I believe it has since dissipated. But while we're at it, let's try to see who we can bring on up and get a word in with before we get going in tonight's event. And we're looking around. There's not a lot of people in the Discord for us to grab, but I do want to grab this man because I know he's got a bunch of people who are wanting to hear from him. And of course, it is last season's champion coming into this season on a bright note. And again, I know we interviewed you last week, but a preseason exhibition race then, a points race now. Seth, it is now go time. It is now time to start your championship defense. How are you feeling?
Feeling like it's my first race on iRacing all over again, man. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited. Daytona's always fun. You just got to be there at the end, be smart. And I try to do that every race, and I've had zero luck on the plates, out of my control. But yeah, we'll give it our best shot tonight. If we wreck, we wreck. No big deal. But it's going to be like a rookie season all over again just because I'm brand new to making custom setups.
And brand new to making custom setups, as you said. I know you've maybe done a little bit of practice in the preseason, but what is, I guess, the biggest, obviously besides making the setups, the biggest difference from a fixed setup series to an open setup series? And are you excited for that you're going to be able to maybe, make the truck feel the way that you want? Or what are you feeling going from a fixed setup season to an open setup season?
Honestly, I think it's going to be frustrating for a little bit just because I know it's going to take a while to learn it, but I think eventually once I get the hang of it, I'll actually have fun making the truck the way I want it to handle,
Absolutely. So, I don't know if you've taken a look at the schedule yet, but we got 2 road courses, a dirt track, whole bunch of mile and a halves, and a wild playoff format with, again, 13 drivers making the playoffs, but only 2 races per round. What do you make of the schedule? What are you looking forward to? What are you maybe not looking so forward to?
I'm not going to lie, I haven't been able to take a great look at the schedule, but definitely every race is going to count, and the fact that the playoffs are going to be only 2 races per round, there really is no room for error at any race, honestly, because you don't get a second chance really if you mess up.
Absolutely. And Seth, you said you don't have necessarily the best luck at these plate tracks, and it is shown. I've seen you even get spun from the lead last season at Talladega. It has not gone your way. But is there anything you're coming into today with to try to make things happen a little bit more in your way? Anything that you can control that you can do?
Go for the lead again. I definitely like leading the pack. It's definitely the safest, but that was honestly a very rare thing to happen, considering that I think we were in single file line last year. But I like the lead, but I'm definitely going to be trying to play it safe in the back if I'm not able to be at the front. But we'll see how the race plays out. Maybe opportunity opens pretty early to go from the back to the front, but just try to stay out of the middle of it.
Absolutely, Seth. And now we're going to give you the floor. The floor is yours to shout out whoever you got to shout out, thank whoever you got to thank for getting you here and ready to go at it for for a championship defense this season.
I want to thank Liftworks for sponsoring the car. They've been great to me for this iRacing stuff, and I want to thank Burger Nation for tuning in every week, and I hope they do again this season.
Absolutely. Driver of the number 77 and defending Outlaws Sim Series champion Seth Berger. I know Burger Nation is in full effect in some of the YouTube chat, so it's great to have you back in the series. It's great to have the amazing fan base you bring with you, and you're always fun to watch on track. So we're hoping it'll be more the same this season. Best of luck to you, driver, and hopefully we'll talk to you on the far side.
All right, thank you.
Driver of the number 77 it was defending series champion Seth Berger. And Jacob, after hearing what our defending series champ has to say about the fixed setups, the open setups, I know it really maybe caters to one set of drivers or another, but I mean, that just shows that nothing's going to be the same. I think there's going to be a little bit more change. There's going to be a little bit more parity in the season. It's not going to get, I think, boring, at least across from last season to this season, Jacob. I am pretty excited for this change and what we have in store in a shorter schedule. Like Seth said, every race matters.
Yeah, I agree here. Every race does matter now, especially with this being an open setup type race and how this series is going at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to watch how these drivers customize their setups and get that done for each week in, week out, and see what driver will bring it all to the table and who will come out on top.
Absolutely. And so now we're going to try to talk to a driver who led a little bit last week at the Clash and, is always known to be a driver who's aggressive and going to the front. And Jacob, I'm going to hand him over to you, and it's one of the drivers who made the championship for last season, driver of the number 7, Joshua Balliet.
Well, we have Joshua Balliet here. Josh, first of all, you made the playoffs last season. I know that you made the Final Four, last season. I know that was a big thing for you. You didn't quite win the championship, just got a little misfortunate. But how are you feeling for Season 2 of Outlaws Sim Series?
It's all right. The truck series usually, big. Most tracks, they're kind of plate racy, so you can go out and challenge for the win at any time. So the season's looking all right.
10-4 on that. You did lead some laps last week at the Clash. Was that a showing of what you plan on doing here tonight, or are you gonna try and stay in the back, wait for some wrecks to happen if they do?
Seeing a few of the faces in here, I'm probably gonna be hanging in the back.
Sounds about right. It's gonna be a long one tonight. 100 laps here tonight. Is there anything that you have learned since the Clash to kind of bring you in here today?
I wouldn't say I really learned anything I didn't already know, so I wouldn't say that. Maybe I learned a little bit on other people, but not really how to drive the truck.
All right. Well, now if there's anyone you'd like to shout out, Mal, I'll go ahead and let you do that.
I'd like to shout out the boys, Legacy Swift, now Burnt Rubber, and myself. That's about it.
All right. Well, thank you for coming up here and talking to us. Hopefully we'll see you up here again tonight, and have a good one.
All right, and that was driver of the number 7, Joshua Balliet. And the next driver I want to bring up is not our Daytona winner, because our first Daytona winner from last season, because our first Daytona winner from last season is he's no longer in the series. That was Adrian Schumacher. He's not going to be running with us this season. But the next driver I do want to bring in won last year's season opener, driver of the number 42, Tyler Markle. And first, Tyler, it's really good to have you here with us tonight. Of course, you've had an interesting week, to say the least.
Yep. I'm doing all right.
You're doing all right, man? Yeah. We don't have to go into any details about that, but more or less, last season, you won the season opener. And granted, that was a road course, and it's not a plate track. But here at Daytona, again, a new Outlaws Sim Series season, a fresh start. How do you feel heading into a new season and maybe getting yourself another chance at maybe something that was maybe lost last season?
Excited. Trying to get my mic and everything to work because I can't hear shit right now. So, unfortunately, oh, there we go. Is anybody on track?
There are a few cars on the track. Along, yeah, there's a group that's out there. But Mark, when you come to Daytona now, it's open setup trucks, and I know it's different from the Xfinity car. But what's really, I guess, something that you're looking at key wise from the Xfinity car to maybe the truck here at these plate tracks?
To be honest, the truck and Xfinity car I feel like are more similar than like how the Cup car feels here at the plate tracks. At least you could draft up in these things, even if it's open setup or not. Cup cars you can't do it with either, really. So I'm excited. I'm just gonna drop back and hang back today. So hopefully avoid wrecks.
It sounds like that's the plan for a lot of people. And I don't know if you've been able to take a good look at the schedule, but you know, there's a dirt track on there, a couple of road courses, and the mile and a halves are spread out. And then the playoffs this season are a little bit different. Again, there's going to be 13 drivers in the playoffs, but 2 race rounds. How do you feel about the schedule overall and being a 22 race schedule as opposed to 36?
I'm excited for everything except for dirt. Like, I'm not good there. I'm not good at dirt. It's just not for me.
Well, you know what? It maybe does suit a certain type of driving style, and some people, you know, just don't quite enjoy the dirt driving style, so that's understandable. But, Tyler, we're going to give you the floor here. Whoever you got to shout out, whoever you got to thank for, you know, getting you here and first keeping you here, man, because, again, you know, scary things this week. But, anyway, whoever you got to shout out, whoever you got to thank for getting you here tonight.
Well, thanks for Adam, because he gave me the setup. And to be honest with you, thankful for myself that it wasn't worse than what it was. And I'm just ready to race and have a good night. So, we'll go from there. I'll talk to you guys later.
Absolutely. We're going to leave you to it, driver. Best luck to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you on the far side.
See ya.
And that was driver of the number 42, Tyler Markle. And again, he's going to be coming into this race. See, last season's season opener winner, that was at the Auto Club road course. That was, again, a very different challenge. You don't normally see stock cars at the Auto Club road course by any means. But again, he has, I guess, that going for him. And he's currently on a drought from that point. He had not won since. So he's looking to maybe reinvigorate himself and go on a run here this season. But Jacob, with 50 seconds left in practice, we've seen a lot of people practice their pit entry. Do you think we're going to get some green flag pit stops tonight? Looks like we do not have Jacob at the moment, but time is ticking down, and it is driver of the number 25, Eric Peck, currently top of the charts. There's only a few more trucks out there. How about we have the 39 of Justin Miller, the 51 of Ray Rogers, a couple of drivers. Actually, Ray Rogers, I believe, making his first start of the Outlaws Sim Series. Justin T. Miller making his second start. He made one start last season, I believe, at Kentucky. And they're both ready to rock. I assume they're going to go at it for full-time competition this season. And they'll be looking to rock starting tonight here for the Outlaws Sim Series round number 1. As practice ticks over, we are getting ready to go into qualifying. And of course, we have the runoff time. We're getting ready to tick over to qualifying here and see who will start on the pole for tonight's Outlaws Sim Series season opener of the Truck Series. It's the Outlaws Sim Series second season, full effect tonight, and qualifying is underway now. Who will be the first to take to the track?
And as I was going to say, Emerson, my mic must have been muted or something like that. I think we're going to see a little bit of green flag racing here tonight. It just really depends on how these drivers feel. These trucks are really loose, so we'll have to see what these guys will bring to the table.
Absolutely, and we're still awaiting drivers to take to the track. Now we have our first taker to the track. It is the 95 of Devin Smith. Again, Devin Smith, he made the playoffs last season, and he's looking to try to get himself into a better position to maybe have more of a fighting chance this season. The open setups may help him here this season, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen for this 95 car.
Yeah, that 95 car is going to be fast. We're going to have to see what he can do here tonight. It all starts with Daytona racing. I know it's plate racing and it's lucky based sort of, but that 95 car can really show some speed.
Absolutely. Also on the track, we have Jeremy C. Poole making his foray into the Outlaw Sim Series right now, working the bottom side in 3 and 4. And I was going to mention that to you. When we come to plate tracks, you kind of think about running the high side in 3 and 4 on your out lap to try to get the most speed on your way to the start-finish line. We're not really seeing drivers elect to do that, and John Gifford is actually going to come to a stop on his out lap, so something amiss for John Gifford. But right now we do have Jeremy C. Poole, Devin Smith out on the track right now. Let's go on board with the 95. So Devin Smith working his way down the back straightaway here. 175 miles per hour as he cracks down the back straightaway. John Gifford getting himself back up to speed. And again, not many other drivers taken to the track. I can't imagine that most of these drivers are going to allow basically a draw to set the starting lineup. I know a lot of drivers want to start at the back, but if nobody qualifies, is really anybody going to start at the back? Devin Smith will set the first time on the charts. It'll be a 51.754. Jeremy C. Poole will go second quickest in that 32 truck. We have John Gifford getting up to speed. Now Andrew Pratt has entered the pit lane. John Gifford slowing down again. So I don't know what is necessarily going on with John Gifford, but we only have 2 trucks to set laps so far. Devin Smith is still out there clocking away in that 95 truck.
Yeah, there's got to be something in that 82 camp that he doesn't like, or he's seeing something that he doesn't think should be right, and he's just pulling off and trying to fix what is going on. I don't know what really is going on because we obviously aren't in the 82 camp. We can't hear what the 82 has, what the problems are, but I assume that's what's going on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe, he's trying some things. Maybe he's doing some last-minute adjustments and doesn't want to start a timed lap. Devin Smith finishes his first lap, and Jeremy C. Poole finished their lap. And we only have now one other truck on the track. Now Kyle Lingerfeld has entered the pit lane. They get 2 times on the chart so far. It's only Devin Smith and Jeremy C. Poole. Here's John Gifford getting up to speed once again off the pit lane. Let's try to ride on board and see if we can hear anything with this 82 truck. You can see him, he's getting up to speed relatively well. I mean, 163, 164, that's not terrible for a truck that just got off the pit lane. I think he's still trying to find some speed in this 82 truck, but looks like he's going to let it rip now, and he's going to pretty much get the track to himself as well, along with Kyle Lingerfeld.
Yeah, let's just see what this 82 brings to the table. Now he's getting, like you said, he got across the line. Let's see, can he set the fastest lap in this race? Obviously, he was making changes. There had to be something that he didn't like or some changes that he wanted to make before getting into the run. So we'll have to see if those changes that he may have made are going to help him out here to get that pole time.
Absolutely. John Gifford sitting in the middle of the track on the back straightaway. Again, you don't want to scrub off too much speed trying to get to the top side, but you do want to have a slight arc into the corner. Look at how straight that wheel is into the corner. Only scrubbed 1 mile per hour, now 2 miles per hour at the apex of the corner. That is phenomenal, not being able to scrub too much speed off this truck. And only 2 miles per hour loss in that entire corner. John Gifford to the line out of the 2 qualifying times. His first time will put him. It'll be 3rd out of the 3 qualifying times set so far. We now have Kyle Lingerfeld working his way around the racetrack now. Lingerfeld working the bottom side out of 4. And, oh, he's going straight to the apron. He wants every advantage he can get.
Yeah, he's going to take every advantage he can get. He wants to get pole. It's going to be 3rd quickest at the moment, but we'll see. He's still got another lap to try and get that pole time and take it away from Devin Smith.
So now we got some business on the racetrack. We have Andrew St. Cour, Jeremiah Stutzman, Max Service, Kevin Thompson all taken to the track. But I want to look at this guy, the guy who won just 1 week ago in the Outlaws Sim Series Clash. That is the 88 of Joseph Causey. And he's here and he's ready to play. He's got his whole group of teammates to work with tonight. And he says he's going to qualify. So we're going to see where this 88 ends up qualifying. Again, a lot of momentum on his side. He not only won the Outlaw Sim Series Clash, he won the last points paying event at the Daytona Oval. And he was competing for the last points paying event at the Daytona facility. Of course, he ran the Daytona Road Course in the playoffs. And he was a prime competitor with Adrian Schumacher for that race win as well. Joseph Causey loves this place. Again, loves Daytona Beach, Florida, and has a lot of momentum on his side, working his way on the high side this first lap. And looks like he'll have to put all his eggs into the basket for lap number 2.
Yeah, he's going to put all those eggs into the basket on lap 2, like you just said. It's going to be interesting to see, again, where he will stack up. And his teammates, yeah, as we call them, the Causey Posse, they're going to be here tonight. So they're going to be pushing him. They're going to try and get him a win, or one of them will try and get a win here tonight. It's just all going to play out to strategy if we do get those green flag runs.
So 3 minutes left on the clock. Devin Smith, the current pole sitter. Jeremiah Stutzman, a driver who we saw get pole at a plate track last season, working his way down the back straightaway now. Kyle Lingerfeld goes top of the charts, snagging pole away with a 2 3/4 of a minute remaining in the qualifying session. We're waiting. Joseph Kazi crosses the line in 6th on his first lap. We're awaiting Jeremiah Stutzman working his way through turns 3 and 4 and trying to see where he's going to put this 71 truck on the scoring pylon. To the line with Jeremiah Stutzman. He will go. It'll only be 5th quickest. Does Joseph have anything more? We'll take a look around the track as well. Actually, we'll let Kazi finish his lap as he comes off of turn number 4. We also have Richardson and Andrew Pratt and Andrew Schroeder taking to the track for timed laps. Joseph Kazi's second lap will put him 5th quickest, right in front of Jeremiah Stutzman. Let's catch up with Brandon Richardson.
And this is a guy we saw a lot of last season. He was doing really well, and then at the playoffs, I guess he just kind of left and didn't really talk or anything.
Oh, no.
And as he hits the wall there, I don't think that's gonna help out the lap time. I think that's gonna go invalid, but he's running a great paint scheme. I'm a Kevin Harvick fan. I do love that Gravedigger paint scheme. So now we look at Andrew Pratt.
Right, and again, these drivers, they are contending for the Pratt, Tile, and Stone Pole Award. Again, the pole award presented by Pratt, Tile, and Stone, serving Central Vermont since 2005. All your tiling needs in Central Vermont. Pratt, of course, and his company, so gracious enough to help out the Outlaws Sim Series last season, and again, trying to become a big force in this season as well, for getting us pretty much up and running this season. Andrew Pratt will go 10th quickest in this qualifying session. We have more drivers clocking their way around. Brandon Richardson, now he gets around, and he's on a timed lap here. We will see how he does. He's working his way down the bottom side.
Yeah, and back to Brandon Richardson. He was really fast throughout that last season, and then he just kind of left, and then we haven't heard from him since. But now he's back. He's looking to see what he can do. I'm assuming he missed the series. We're ready to see what he can do. If he can put that truck on pole, wouldn't that be something?
He is the last driver on the track that can steal away the pole from Kyle Lingerfeld. Riding on board with the 29 of Brandon Richardson off of turn number 4, all over that yellow line on the inside. And to the start-finish line he goes. Brandon Richardson will place this number 29. 12th out of 12 times set. And that means there's not another driver out on the track actively trying to take the time away, as qualifying pretty much comes to a close as well. So the pole award presented by Pratt, Tile, and Stone will go to driver of the number 65, Kyle Lingerfeld. Again, the first Outlaw Sim Series Pratt, Tile, and Stone pole award winner on the season. Congratulations, Kyle Lingerfeld. Again, Pratt, Tile, and Stone serving Central Vermont, all of their tiling needs since 2005. And now it is time to go through our starting lineup. Of course, row number 1 being that of our pole award winner, Kyle Lingerfeld, to his outside driver of the number 95, Devin Smith. Row number 2, we have the 32 of Jeremy Poole and the 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman. Row number 3, we have the 82 of John Gifford and the 98 of Theron Elam Jr. Row number 4, we have the 88 of Joseph Kazi and the 89 of Kevin Thompson. And in row number 5, we have the 63 of Randall Barnett and the 75 of Andrew Pratt.
Row number 6, we have the 81 of Max Service and the 29 of Brandon Richardson. Row number 7, we have the 3 of Greg Holt and the 51 of Ray Rogers. Row number 8, we have the teammates of Cody M. Vreeland and Joshua Balliet. Row number 9, we have the 2 of Seth Fitzpatrick. The 2 of Seth Fitzpatrick and Brad L. Bothwell. Row number 10, we have Joshua McClune and James Gilliard.
We find our way back to row number 11. It'll be driver of the number 42 and last season's season opener winner, Tyler Markle. To his outside, flip his car number, and you will find the 24 of Jason Miz. Row number 12 will be the 14 of Brett Bellows, a newcomer to the series, and the 48 of Garrett Velzy. Row number 13 will be the 77 of Seth Berger and the 6 of Dan Park. Again, Seth Berger, last season champion, going on a title defense run this season. Row number 14 will inverse the numbers again. The 69 of John Mickey, he will have the 96 of Matt Rogers to his outside. We go back to row number 15. We're going to find the 66 of Joshua Fox and the 12 of Andrew St. Cyr. Row number 16 will have the 5 of Matthew Setzer, and to his outside will be the 25 of Eric Peck. Row number 17 will find the 47 of Andrew Schroeder, and of course, our very own Jacob Zala. But we'll go back to row number 15, where row number 18, we'll find Jesse Adams and Doug Solms, and row number 19 will have Justin Miller. So a 36 truck field ready to roll here at the Daytona International Speedway. Again, Kyle Lingerfelt, the Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award winner, on the front row. He elects the bottom side for this initial start, and it's going to be an interesting one. Again, under the lights here at Daytona, like last week, very, very cool track conditions. 68.8 degrees Fahrenheit, the air temp, 70 degrees Fahrenheit, the track temp. Winds, they're a little bit more prominent this week than last week. They're at 7 miles per hour, now dipping down below 6. So they're going to be gusting a little bit as well. Now down to 5 miles per hour from the east, the winds tonight. They're looking to be a big factor in tonight's race. Again, these drivers, they are running 100% fuel load. They have 4 sets of tires in their back pocket. These drivers, they have 2 stages tonight that will be scored under natural flat conditions, and no cautions will be thrown for the stage breaks, for the stages that will award the top 10 with points at the completion of lap 20 and lap 45. As the iRacing.com pace car pulls into the safety of pit lane, we are green from Daytona. The field roars to life down the back straightaway here at Daytona. To the outside is Jeremiah Stutzman getting a great push from the 98 of Theron Elam Jr. He, again, was at the front of the field and got into an accident early in the Outlaws clash, looking to not do that this week, if you will. But up in front, it is Kyle Lingerfelt. Again, made a huge run to the playoffs last season, but it's Jeremiah Stutzman stealing the lap led from him at the start-finish line.
Yeah, it seems like Lingerfelt's not getting great pushes from Devin Smith right now, and that's just allowing Jeremiah Stutzman to get to the lead as we see Theron Elam Jr. now go to the inside lane. Maybe he's trying to get a lap led.
Another important note I did not mention is these drivers have 0 faster pairs, and for 100 laps, you're definitely going to be thinking about that before you make any sort of aggressive moves, especially if you're trying to go for a championship starting tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be a key factor as we see Kevin Thompson now trying to take the lead and lead a lap. Again, those faster pairs were so good in use for these super speedways last season, but this season you have none, so you're going to have to keep your moves to a minimum.
I don't know about that, but you have to be more calculated about your moves. You can't just block people all willy-nilly. And Randall Barnett, Garrett Vels, they're all going to go purple, and we're going to get fastest laps coming in early here. But again, you cannot be just blocking every line, without a care in the world, because, if you get wrecked, you can just get your truck repaired, and that's not the case this season. 0 faster pairs at these plate tracks. Again, 1 wreck, and you're done. You'll see, if you look behind these leaders, most of the pack behind them is super spread out, as opposed to what we saw in the Clash last week.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think these guys are going to try and take it a bit more easier, knowing this is a points-paying race, and you have 0 faster pairs. It's going to be a lot more calm than we saw at the Clash.
How about it? The 75 of Andrew Pratt is going for the race lead side by side in the trial. It will be the 75 of Andrew Pratt, the race leader, and a huge push from his teammate in the 89, Cody Vreeland. So it's the fastest lap of the session out of 47.907.
Yeah, that was a pretty fast lap by Cody, but as we see here, Pratt still taking the lead. Kevin Thompson right behind him. Will Kevin Thompson make a jump to the outside? Really just, it seems like he's just going to stick behind Pratt for now. But we'll have to see if Kevin Thompson will maybe try and make a move to the outside to maybe get the lead, as we know he's going to stay back to the inside.
I don't know if he's going to make a move. I think Kevin Thompson is teammates with Andrew Pratt, and I believe he's just going to stick behind. He's going to keep him up here, and I think they know they have to stick together, especially if we have teams trying to form up further back in the pack, that Kevin Thompson has to stick together here with Andrew Pratt if they're going to mean anything in this race. And again, now here comes Jeremiah Stutzman, a great push on the outside, and he's got the 63 of Randall Barnett in tow.
Yeah, now Randall Barnett's going to be pushing. He is going to be pushing that 71. I think he wants to try and get a lap led, but again, you're not going to go too crazy here. It is only lap 5 out of 100, so there's still a lot of laps left in this race.
Again, the 63 of Randall Barnett. He is making his return to the Outlaws Sim Series. Actually, he didn't make any starts last season. He decided to think better of it. He did not run last season. His last foray into the Outlaw series of leagues, and last time we really heard from him in the Outlaws leagues was way back when we ran on console. The last race he ran was the last race he won, which was a truck race at Talladega back on the NASCAR console game. So this is, a long time coming for Randall Barnett to come back to the Outlaws League, and he decided not to run last season. He decided to run this season now. He's got a good group of guys with him, and he's worked on his craft, and he's here, and he's ready to contend, ready to compete here at Daytona early on lap number 6 in his Outlaws Sim Series debut.
Yeah, what a big debut for him. Again, assuming that he came back this season, he must have known that it was a truck season, and it seems like he loves these trucks. He might love them just as much as I do, but these trucks are fast, as we see Andrew Pratt still leading, but he's pushing Jeremiah Stutzman. He wants Jeremiah Stutzman out there.
Yeah, again, Kevin Thompson, Andrew Pratt on the bottom side, Randall Barnett, Jeremiah Stutzman on the top side. 75 and 71 going at it for the race lead, and their lines are pretty even. You see the twisted axle trucks on the bottom side. That is that team running down low, and Barnett just trying to get Stutzman out. Barnett kind of racing for himself, racing to get himself forward in this race. And look at this, very consistent, very good push to the back tailgate of the 71.
And that might just be enough. Oh, I thought it might have been, but it's not going to be enough to clear him for the lead just yet. A couple big pushes from the 63 could get this 71 in front.
And I want to drop back a little bit and see what's going on in the rest of this field. And I want to go back here to the 42 of Tyler Markle, and he's running right now running in the 18th position. Again, he started 21st, and you can just see how spread out this pack is. He is 18th out of 36 trucks. He is middle of the field, and look at how far back he is from the leaders.
Yeah, he's pretty far back. He might be anticipating some wrecks. We'll have to see. Like he said in his interview, though, he is going to be hanging back, so he's anticipating some wrecks early.
Back up front we go, and we find back here, this is the 51 of Ray Rogers trying to work his way into the top 10. And Ray Rogers, again, making his Outlaw Sim Series debut. Viewing out of top 4 getting single file up here. Randall Barnett has jumped down behind the 98 of Farron Elam Jr., and I believe we're going to get a little bit of single file running here. It's now time to find your spot in line. John Gifford, the odd man out right now on that high side. He's got the 65, the pole sitter of Kyle Lingerfelt to his inside, and still Gifford trying to find a date to the dance, trying to find his way down low.
Yeah, and this is what we were going to see here at Daytona, especially, again, like we said time and time again, it being a points-paying race. You expect to see some single-file racing. They do it in real life. They'll do it here. There will be some single-file racing involved at Daytona.
So my apologies, Ray Rogers ran last season at Kansas, so this is not his debut, if you will, but still a rookie season in the making for Ray Rogers. And now the field starting to get a little formed up on that outside lane. 4 trucks on the outside, but everybody pretty much giving a lot of space. Working lap 9 of 100. You got to think there's a stage at the end of lap 20. There's some stage points up for grabs there. I can't imagine that these boys are just going to ride around single file and give up points.
Yeah, they might not, but again, this is Daytona, so you don't know really what these drivers are thinking at the moment.
Yeah, you never know. We're just going to have to wait and see. And it's now Fair and Eliam trying to get linked up here with the 82 of John Gifford. And that's pretty much what's running this outside lane. And now Gifford giving a huge shot to Elam. They're going forward, but how much more forward can they go? Into turns 3 and 4. Elam trying to side drive Kevin Thompson. Working lap 10. We're working through halfway of stage number 1. At the line this time by. And again, stage points are awarded at the completion of lap 20. And there will be no caution for that stage.
Yeah, they're going to keep it green under those stages. It's going to be a different way to run stage racing, but it's a better way, I think, to run stage racing. Keep it green, no cautions. But as we see here, that number 82 truck of John Gifford really trying to get up to the lead, pushing Elam.
How about it now? Randall Barnett has pretty much cleared anybody behind him. This is Kyle Lingerfeld working with Brandon Richardson behind, and this is on board with the 7th place truck. And again, everybody finding their way to the inside. It's only 2 trucks left on that outside lane once again. Elam and Gifford made some amazing ground on the outside lane, but they kind of stalled out because they only have 2 trucks up there. Ray Rogers, the only other truck out there, and he's still 2 or 3 truck lengths behind.
Yeah, that outside lane isn't getting anything going. We saw Brandon Richardson look to the outside, but he never really wanted to commit to it, and he stayed to the inside. And the 82, John Gifford, and Fair and Elam didn't really have much help, as we see Ray Rogers almost now getting there. He's trying to get there. He's trying to help that outside lane.
And Gifford's going to try once again with Fair and Elam, but the bottom 3 are just so much more linked up and not really a lot of space for them to find their way down. I want to drop to the back of the pack here and find Burnt Rubber Racing, if you will, Legacy Swift Racing as they called it. Max Service, Seth Berger, and Joshua Balliet running in 25th, 26th, and 27th. And those 3 drivers, they're the only 3 drivers this season that were competing in the Championship 4 race for a title last season. Adrian Schumacher was the 4th driver in that Championship 4, not running this season. But there is your Championship, well, 3 drivers in your Championship 4 last season. They're running 25th through 27th in the season opener this season. It just shows a lot about, you know, what their game plan is. They're thinking big picture right away.
Yeah, they really are. And as we saw, Balliet had ran in the lead early at the Clash, but now I think it's time for him to stay in the back a little bit and hope for some wrecks.
Back up front, and now it's just Ray Rogers and John Gifford as we had seemingly lost the truck that John Gifford was pushing. Looks like it was Gifford's now time to shine on that outside lane. He's got Ray Rogers in tow, but again, it's 2 on the outside versus 3 on the inside. The shorter way around is the inside, and there's just more manpower down there.
Yeah, I didn't quite see what happened to Elam there, but I think maybe he just wanted to commit to the inside, and he just left John Gifford all alone with Ray Rogers, and I think these guys are going to pull into the inside lane here shortly.
I don't know. I think John Gifford hears that there's a stage victory waiting in about 6.5 laps time. Now Ray Rogers is going to leave John Gifford, and Gifford all alone on the outside.
Yeah, and as we see, like I just said, it looks like Ray Rogers pulled to the inside, but Gifford's still out there. Like you said, he wants that stage point. He wants that stage win, but he's not looking too hot for it right now with nobody around him. If he can, right now, what I would do is I would just let off and try and get behind the 51 of Ray Rogers if he can, but he's going to stay to the outside.
Yeah, he doesn't have much help out there, and yeah, I agree. If I was him, I would have let off and just filed in line, get another run, and go at it again, but now he's got no help up there. He's side drafting for his life in that 82 truck with only one other truck on the outside, about 6 trucks back, and now that's the 18 of McClune, by the way, who's jumped up into the top 10. Josh McClune won last season's Clash, and we know how he can do at Daytona. There's the new entrant to the series, Brett Bellows in the 14 truck, going 1 lap down on the bottom side and trying to keep himself on the good side of everybody in his Outlaws Sim Series debut. But now Gifford, he's got Fair and Elam in tow now. They're going to try to go at it again, but it's a 4v2.
Yeah, and as we've seen time and time again at the super speedways, a 4v2 is not going to work. You need at least 2 more cars, maybe 3. But this 2v4 is not going to work, and they're probably not going to go anywhere with this.
So, well, you know, last time they were going at it, it was Gifford pushing Elam. Is Elam a better pusher? Elam is trying to get Gifford to the race lead. Farron Elam Jr. and John Gifford on the outside. Andrew Pratt doing a stellar job leading this race on the inside lane. A good push, good help from Kevin Thompson and Randall Barnett. But off of turn number 4, Farron Elam is trying to push that 82 truck out in front.
Yeah, and we've heard from last season that Farron Elam was a good pusher, so we'll have to test his strategy out here, and we'll have to see if he really is a true good pusher, and maybe he can try and get Gifford to the lead here.
Can you imagine if Farron Elam can single-handedly get John Gifford to the lead and win a stage? What kind of a reputation he's going to have with the rest of the field at these super speedways? It's going to be a wild one.
Yeah, it looks like he's all over that back bumper of the 82, getting a little squiggly there, but squirrely there, but he's pushing. He wants to get the 82 car to the lead by himself, as now we see the 25 of Eric Peck coming to the outside to try and help Gifford to get to the lead.
Yeah, now there's going to be some manpower up there. That outside lane is going to have something to say about it. John Gifford, you know, has 3 trucks in tow and 3 trucks in his line. He's got 2 more coming. And by the way, we just took 3 laps to go in this battle for stage points as John Gifford is cleared to the race lead.
What a push from Elam and Peck there to get Gifford to the lead. Now Gifford has to hold it for 3 more laps.
Down the back straightaway we go. We look off the rear end of John Gifford, and Farron Elam, he's got an amazing push from Eric Peck. They're going to the front. Now Elam, can he take the top spot? Remember last time when Elam cleared somebody into turn 3, it did not work out so well. He was not able to clear that time into turn 3. Side by side for the race lead as they come to 2 to go in stage number 1. Here, it's the first ever Outlaws Sim Series stage. And again, Farron Elam is cleared to the race lead. Now Eric Peck, can he do anything with Ray Rogers? And now Kevin Thompson jumps out and they're wrecking.
Oh!
They save it. But into 1, everybody's got to merge in a safe manner. Can everybody merge in a safe manner? Ray Rogers is still down low. And that is very commendable from Ray Rogers.
What a save those guys made, and again, yeah, very commendable for Ray Rogers to stop his truck and let everyone go by before entering back onto the racing surface. That was a good save from those 2 of the 51 of Ray Rogers and Andrew Pratt.
Now push to the race lead, Eric Peck with Kevin Thompson until Kevin Thompson lost his teammate to that incident, but 1 lap to go in the stage here at the Daytona International Speedway, and Eric Peck leads. Now Kevin Thompson, Randall Barnett, they all drop down low. Peck, a beautiful block to keep Kevin Thompson behind. Down the back straightaway, everybody shoving. Everybody's trying to get into the top 10 to get the first points awarded on the season. Eric Peck currently leads Kevin Thompson, Randall Barnett, and again, there is no caution, so they cannot wreck trying to get this stage. They have to think big picture here. But is anybody going to pull out of line to take the stage and win away from Eric Peck as he comes to the tri-oval? Eric Peck will win stage 1. It'll be Kevin Thompson in 2nd, John Gifford in 3rd, and now we are working stage number 2. Just like that, there is no caution in between stages. We are into stage 2, and we are now racing to the end of lap 45. The top 10 at the completion of that last lap just got points, and the same thing will happen at the completion of lap 45.
Yeah, and what a run those guys had for that first stage. It was pretty good racing, and now we see John Gifford getting pushed by the 5 of Matthew Setzer. Setzer trying to make a name for himself here at the first points paying race here at the Outlaw Sim Series.
So the official drivers getting stage points in that first stage. The 25 of Eric Peck, the 89 of Kevin Thompson with 2nd, John Gifford 3rd, Randall Barnett 4th, Matthew Setzer 5th, Farron Elam Jr. 6th, Brandon Richardson 7th, Kyle Lingerfeld 8th, Joshua McClune 9th, and the 32 of Jeremy C. Poole will get 1 stage point in 10th. We'll see how they shape up at the end of the race and at the end of stage 2 for that matter. Oh, a big block from Kevin Thompson trying to hold on to the top spot. Gifford checks up. Everybody in that outside lane checks up, and Kevin Thompson trying to play both lines. That's very dangerous to play on lap 22.
Yeah, you know Gifford isn't happy about that maneuver. That was a difficult spot Kevin Thompson was in, but that maneuver did not help that 82 truck.
And you could see Gifford, he was the second truck on the outside lane. He was pretty much up with Eric Peck, and look at where he's back to now. He's 5 trucks behind. He is no longer really in the running for that race lead anymore. John Gifford, I would assure you, is not happy. As you said, that was a very dangerous move. Now, I also want to update on some of the field here. We have 28 trucks in this lead pack. It is Andrew St. Cyr, the last truck in the lead draft, and he is at the very tail of it. I mean, you can see the massive amount of trucks ahead of him. But now we have to go back a little ways to find the rest of the field. And we have the 31 of Brad Bothwell leading the second pack, if you will. And pack is a relative term because it's only him, Jesse James, and Ray Rogers is damage number 51. We go back a little bit more, and this is where the second, I guess, legitimate pack is running. This is Seth Fitzpatrick, Matt Rogers, John Mickey, Justin Miller, and the 14 of Brett Bellows has tagged along with this pack as well. So some stragglers at the back of the pack, but they're looking to try to stay on lead lap about half a lap down this little group of trucks.
Yeah, again, I think these guys are just playing out the long game, waiting for something to happen with these guys in the big pack. But there's, like you said, there's still a lot of time for these guys to make ground and try and get back in this thing.
Again, look, like Seth Fitzpatrick, he started 18th and went straight to the back, 32nd, right after he started 18th. Back up front, Kevin Thompson, the race leader, now leading 3 laps in this race. And again, trying to fend off Eric Peck. And you look at, again, of course, stage 1 winner Eric Peck. He gets 3 laps led in this race thus far. Look where he started. He started 32nd and won the first stage.
Yeah, he was looking pretty fast out there, and he did really well right there with that stage.
Oh, we got to check up in the back.
Oh, man, it's getting crazy.
Brandon Richardson was all over the place trying to hang on to that truck. I don't know if he got shoved out of line, but everybody's given plenty of room. Brandon Richardson will be able to hold on to that truck, and he'll be able to get in line right in front of Stutzman in 11th.
And as you saw there, that 82 truck is falling back. I wonder if he got a little bit of damage. I don't know if he hit the wall or not, but that incident with Kevin Thompson did not help the 82 truck.
Oh my goodness, there is a lot of damage on that front end for John Gifford, and is he able to stick with that draft? He's trying, but he is 7 tenths behind. Either he's intentionally staying back here to, avoid any wreck that happens up front, but look at the gap to Doug Solms. He might lose this draft.
Yeah, I think he is. That damage is heavy after he hit the wall by trying to check up for Kevin Thompson. But again, that doesn't seem like it's not damage that'll hurt him in the long run. Once he gets to a caution, he might be able to get that fixed.
I think once he's in the pack, he'll be okay, but he needs to get that draft, and now he's getting a huge run of momentum through the center of the corner. He's catching up big time now, so this might be intentional. After he got damage, he said, I don't want any more damage. He's just going to lay back, maybe go for the stage in about 20 laps time, 19 laps time, but other than that, he's just hanging back here. And now Jeremy C. Poole falls back here pretty much to the rescue of John Gifford.
Yeah, and as we see now, Jeremiah Stutzman and everybody's panning out here. We're single file as we look at Devin Smith, Brandon Richardson, Farron Elam. Not too much movement right now. Andrew Pratt, the only one on the outside. Everybody's keeping it calm here. There's still a lot of racing left.
Well, now what we have to think of, we went to the first stage. We have 100% fuel loads. So we have pit stops on the horizon. Sometime in the next 10 laps, these drivers are all going to have to pit and complete a pit cycle. And then I think that's where the stage race is going to happen. I think everybody realizes, okay, James Gilliard goes fastest lap, by the way, at a 47.715. But everybody's realizing now, okay, the stage racing is done for the time being. It doesn't really matter where you are heading into pit stops, of course, unless you're trying to avoid an incident or, just get a better shot into your pit box. But you're really trying to race 2 pit stops and then stay in the lead pack as pit stops happen so you can have a shot at the stage 2 victory.
Yeah, these guys are going to be battling for that stage 2 victory. It's going to be a wild one to that stage 2 victory, but we still got a lot of time left. We'll have to see how these green flag pit stops go, if they can all make it or if it's a caution that happens during those green flag pit stops, because sometimes that is able to happen. Oh no! You're getting pushed into the wall.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if Gilliard was side drafting Kazi and got him loose. We'll take a quick replay and see what happened. But that was very interesting.
So this might have all stemmed from lap 26. We missed it here on broadcast, but Joseph Kazi on lap 26 down the backstretch had pushed Gilliard out of the way and onto the apron. So this might have stemmed from that.
I don't know what to make of that. That was a very odd spot for all of that to go down. But, of course, last week's Clash winner, Joseph Kazi, and last season's second Daytona Oval winner, Joseph Kazi, the 88 truck on the inside. And, of course, the very aggressive but very talented driver on these plate tracks, James Gilliard, going at it there back in the 18th position. Go for it.
I was about to say, looking back at it now, it looks like that 33 tried to come down and wreck the 88. And like I said again, that might have all stemmed from lap 26 when Kazi pushed him out of the way down the backstretch.
Well, what this has unfortunately done is it has split the front pack in half. Andrew Schroeder is now leading the second pack, and he's relying on Garrett Velzy to keep everybody in that lead pack, and then all of the burnt rubber crew behind with Tyler Markle, Max Service, Joshua Balliet, Seth Berger, and Cody Vreeland. That whole group of guys trying to stay in this lead draft, and now Velzy and Schroeder are well within the lead draft. And let's see where James Gilliard has fallen all the way back to. He's on the pit lane, James Gilliard is.
Yeah, I will tell you what, after that incident, these guys are not happy with the way Gilliard raced Kazi there. That's not usually something we see in the Outlaws Sim Series, so to see it now, it's just a little interesting, just a little hot temper here at Daytona.
John Gifford has fallen all the way back to the 18th position and still dropping. Now Velzy lets him down in line. And now we look up front. Everybody's single file. I think this means pit stops are potentially occurring. Did somebody just jump out of line to pit? I believe that was John Gifford pitting. Well, all by himself, and that is a very lonely feeling. All by yourself on the first round of green flag pit stops. 82 of John Gifford comes to a stop in his box, and we'll have to see. He's probably going to have to forego any damage repairs if he wants to stay in this race.
Yeah, like you said, yeah, he's going to have to forego those damage repairs. I don't think he's going to be able to get them yet. He's going to need a caution to be able to get those damage repairs done.
So now we go back up front, and we're going to see here, I think this truck's moving up to the high side as this pit stop's happening here off of turn 4, and the leaders are all coming. The entire lead group, besides one truck, is coming down the pit lane right now.
Oh man, we'll have to see if they all can make it. It looks like everybody's made it so far. No pit issues yet. Coming off of 4, and everyone looks good.
Yeah, everybody looks clean in this group of drivers, and they're stopping in their boxes. Don't slide them all. Randall Barnett slid through his box. That is unfortunately a thing that happens, especially if you don't have that much experience on the sim. And now we go back up here. Jason Miz and their entire group, the Kazi Posse, if you will, and Burnt Rubber Racing, the two groups out here still. Pacific Sim Sport, of course, and Burnt Rubber Racing. I should give them their official name and not just the Kazi Posse. It just worked out that Kazi won last week, but here we go. I assume all of these guys are going to pit together because it's probably in their best interest, and they all stay out on the racetrack, but I assume that just means they're going to pit with the group ahead of them. The Burnt Rubber Racing is going to pit with the Pacific Sim Sport group. And a lot of smoke on the front straightaway there. My goodness. Was that pit lane?
That might have been. I don't.
Yeah, I think that's just pit lane. People
no,
pit boxes.
I think it was. Yeah.
So we get back going here with the lead pack and what's left of it. Again, it's Pacific Sim Sport and Burnt Rubber Racing going at it here. Down the back straightaway at Daytona. And everybody continuing on, and we're awaiting. Actually, Tyler Markle is part of Dark Horse Racing, or at least he's in that channel, if you will. And here we go, pit stops now with Pacific Sim Sport and Burnt Rubber. They're all coming in here.
Yeah, they're all coming down. We'll have to see who will get out above on top here, as we see Matthew Setzer leading the pack right now.
Yeah, I was going to say Matthew Setzer's the one leading this train, and with Kyle Lingerfelt, Kevin Thompson, Andrew Pratt, Devin Smith. This is a small group, if you will. Farron Elam tagging onto this. I don't know if they're going to have much energy for the Pacific Sim Sport Burnt Rubber group. Down and away is Joseph Causey. Causey looks to be leading the group off the pit lane, and there they all come off the pit lane. And here comes that group behind. This is Kyle Lingerfelt's group. He's got Setzer in tow. We're going to see where they merge. But there's about 6 of them coming at it here.
It's all going to be about who will get the lead off pit lane, as we see Setzer still leading the pack right now. But who will come out to the official lead here?
And again, there's trucks down low. Setzer, I don't know what that move was. Maybe just trying to give some draft to the Burnt Rubber squad, but it looks like they're going to get in between the Pacific Sim Sport team and the Burnt Rubber Racing team. That is, I cannot believe how that worked out. So now Greg Holt is the race leader right now as we work lap 36. Greg Holt, I'm sorry. Yeah, now we're on lap 36. 10 laps to go in stage number 2, and it is Greg Holt, Joseph Causey, Garrett Velzy, and Jason Miz, the top 4. But a hungry pack stringing up and trying to get up there. Actually, it's only Setzer and Lingerfeld that have broken away now from everybody behind.
Yeah, and it looks like we've seen a lot of performance sim sport here. They're trying to get that win again here tonight at Daytona. Maybe it's a Greg Holt type of night. Maybe Causey pushes Holt to the win this time. We'll have to see in some laps here. We still got a lot of laps of racing left to see who will win this thing, but single file right now, it seems they'll stay that way for a minute.
Yeah, everybody running single file, and now Tyler Markle goes fastest, and he's back here in that Burnt Rubber group, and everybody's kind of tailed up with one another. Devin Smith, the one driver who jumped out of line. I'm sorry, Kevin Thompson, the one driver who jumped out of line, and he's got Andrew Pratt trying to come with him. The Twisted Axle boys trying to get up on that outside lane. They don't really have any other help with them. They're not going to be able to make too much of that of that outside lane. While everybody's single file up here, I want to give a quick check to Seth Berger, who unfortunately has been split from the rest of his team, and Max Service as well. Actually, Max Service, I believe, maybe had a penalty. The Service is way down in the running order. Actually, no, he's in the pack behind. But it looks like this second pack that's going to be either passing Seth Berger or be led by Seth Berger has to do their work, and they're going to pass Seth Berger here. That is the Twisted Axle, number 63 of Randall Barnett and Eric Peck. They're going to go around the 77 and defending series champ, Seth Berger. And Berger right now running down in the 14th position, what leads this pack. They're going 3 wide back here. They need to sort themselves out if they're going to make any ground on the leaders. And looks like it is going to be the 47 of Andrew Schroeder trying to lead the outside of this pack. And this is all the second pack. This is all going on for 14th. And now we got some commotion up front. Garrett Velzy has jumped out of line. Not really any help with him, though, but he's got one other truck up there trying to make something happen.
Yeah, and what those guys in the back are going to have to do, they're going to have to get that double file situation sorted out quickly if they want to make any time up here to these leaders, because when you're double file in a pack that is trying to catch the lead pack, again, there are more cars in the lead pack than you have, so all that time going double file is going to make you lose time.
Down the back straightaway once again, it's Greg Holt over Joseph Causey, Jason Miz, Matthew Setzer, Kyle Lingerfelt, the top 5, and everybody trying to get themselves sorted up here as we are pretty much on our way in the late stages here of stage number 2. We're coming around to 6 laps to go in the stage, and it's now Andrew Pratt with Kevin Thompson trying to make something happen. They got to get along with the 48 of Garrett Velzy, who's actually dropped way back, and the other drivers who are out here trying to get something happening. They got to really get more help with them if they're going to make any hay on the outside lane.
Yeah, and I think they want to get that stage number 2 win. As we've seen, Kevin Thompson was close, but not much yet for that outside lane. I think we're going to see the outside lane start to form with 2, maybe 3 laps to go in the stage.
Again, I agree with you. I think that's when it's going to form up, but it's going to have to form from behind third. I don't see Jason Miz or Joseph Causey jumping out of line. It's going to have to come on from Dark Horse Racing's Matthew Setzer and Kyle Lingerfeld, and they're going to have to work with Twisted Axle, and here comes Setzer, but without Lingerfeld. Maybe that wasn't intentional.
Yeah, it might have not been, but now it's going to be 3 versus the rest of the pack, and like we've seen, it kind of worked with what Eric Peck was pushing Elam, and we'll have to see if maybe these guys can get a big push and get Setzer to the lead. Oh, it looks like Setzer will drop back to the inside.
Right on board with Kevin Thompson trying to make something happen on this outside lane, but how much will he be able to make happen as we work lap 41? We're coming around to 4 laps to go in stage number 2, and now it is back here to the back of the lead group. Kevin Thompson 13th place, and let's check in on the second pack that they're single file now, but they're not really making any ground. They are 6 seconds off the leader, 4.5 seconds off this lead draft, and I think that 32 of Jeremy Poole notices that, and he says, hey, something's got to change or we're never going to catch them.
Yeah, they got to start pushing, and they need to be pushing hard to get to that pack. Otherwise, you're not going to catch them, and you're just going to be stuck right where you are, and at some point, you're going to lose the lead draft and probably go a lap down if you don't start getting it together.
Back up front, again, it's Pratt and Thompson trying to make something happen from 11th, but it's not going to happen with just those 2 trucks. Trying to see if this second group can catch up, and they've lost half a second in the last lap. So they're going to probably need a caution if they're going to get back into this race. I don't see it happening without one.
Yeah, I agree. A caution is going to have to happen, but these drivers have been fairly calm. We haven't seen a caution flag fly yet today, so it's going to be interesting. Maybe we see some scuffles, but I really honestly doubt it right now with these guys running single file.
Well, here's another thing. There's lap trucks up ahead of these leaders. We have, I believe this is James Gilliard in this group, along with the, is this the 6 of Dan Park? That is the 6 of Dan Park. Dan Park, the last truck on the lead lap, and, well, they're going to work their way to the outside, these leaders are. This could jumble up the pack a little bit as we come around to 2 laps to go in this stage. And the Pacific Sim Sport guys, they get clear to the bottom.
Yeah, I didn't see those 2 lap cars being too much of an issue right now.
Oh, no, Dan Park.
Oh.
Hold on to it, Dan. Keep it down there. Keep it straight down there, man. Just be predictable. He's trying to hold on to that 6 truck, but he's really now splitting up the second group. But what's left now is a bunch of trucks on the outside lane that probably don't want to get down to the inside anyway. That might try to make something happen, and everybody's dropped back behind. It's not only Jeremiah Stutzman and Matthew Setzer left on the outside lane with 1 lap to go. Something's got to give. Somebody's got to start moving here if they're going to win this stage. I believe Greg Holt is just going to have the 2 loyalists behind him of Causey and Miz, at least for this stage.
Yeah, you are right. The 2 loyalists are just going to stay behind him. These guys need to move quick, but it looks like nobody's making a move right now, so I think it's just going to be Greg Holt winning a stage because nobody seems to want to make a move right now.
Well, you don't know what's happening right now. Devin Smith and Farron Elam, they're trying to form up a run. Now they're jumping out of line. Devin Smith is jumping out with no help. He's trying to get something going, but there's nothing happening right there. Farron Elam finds his way back in line, and it's going to be a single file run to the stage. Lingerfeld jumps out of line. Is he going to be able to at least get a spot from Jason Miz? No, he won't. Greg Holt wins stage number 2 over Joseph Causey, Jason Miz, Kyle Lingerfeld, and Devin Smith, the top 5. Want to take a look at the race info so far in this race. Again, 0 cautions in the first 2 stages of this race. 9 lead changes so far through 46 laps. And now trucks finding their way back down in line. Again, 9 lead changes through 46 laps. It's about a lead change every 5 laps or so. So it's been kind of spicy up here in that sense. You don't really know where the momentum is going with right now. It looks like Pacific Sim Sport has this one, but we have just started the 3rd stage. There's still so much racing to go.
Yeah, there is still a lot of racing left, and these drivers have a lot of time to collect themselves and try and get out to the lead here. But right now, it's just this Causey posse leading the field right now, and Burnt Rubber Racing is there behind them. But I think Burnt Rubber Racing is going to wait for a perfect time to try and get to the lead.
We will see how all that plays out. While we're here, let's go through the Stage 2 results. And of course, it's Greg Holt with the stage victory over Joseph Causey, Jason Miz, Kyle Lingerfeld, Devin Smith, Farron Elam Jr. 6th, Tyler Markle 7th, Joshua Balliet 8th, Garrett Velzy 9th, and Andrew Pratt round out the top 10 for the stage points there at the completion of lap 45. We'll take a look at the stats so far for Mr. Greg Holt. 7-time race winner last season, and he made half the starts. This driver definitely was a force to be reckoned with, and man, the playoff drivers were happy they did not have to go against him in the title hunt because, well, he didn't make the required amount of starts to be championship eligible, but when he came in halfway through last season and he ended up winning 7 races, boy, he was going to be a force to be reckoned with. But nobody was also expecting him to come out and dominate Daytona as well, already leading 13 laps.
Yeah, but again, dominating Daytona isn't all there is to offer yet, because it doesn't matter if you dominate at Daytona. You can lead as many laps as you want, and you could get into a last lap wreck that ends your race. So we'll have to see what happens throughout the end of this run. But Greg Holt, again, I don't want to bring him down or anything like that. He's a great driver, and we'll have to see if he can try and get himself into the playoffs, make the amount of starts required to get into the playoffs, and maybe stab at a run for the championship.
Well, I'd imagine that he intends to make all the starts this season. Greg Holt, again, I talked to him a little bit last season as well, and when the news came out that we're running open setups, he was so happy with that news. Not so happy that we're running the trucks, but he loves the fact that we're doing open setups. He can, there's a little bit more freedom. He can make the trucks handle it the way that you'd like, and Greg Holt really loved the opportunity of that. If he won 7 races last season in 19 starts, I mean, this season has 22 races. If he makes all 22 races, he could win 8 or 9 at that rate that he won 7 last season. It's phenomenal. He won 5 races on a short track. Then he won at Las Vegas as well. And then he won one other race. I can't quite remember. But he did get 7 wins to his name last season. And, I mean, that's wild. There's so many wins. I can't even remember all of them. And Greg Holt, again, looking to dominate this season already with the Stage 2 victory, leading at halfway. In a few thousand more feet, he'll be leading at halfway here at the season opener at Daytona. And he's got Joseph Causey, again, a championship contender last season, or a playoff driver last season, who fought so hard to get himself into the championship 4. And along with him, Jason Miz, that driver number 24, who's been a mainstay in the Outlaws series of leagues for a long time. Jason Miz, a driver that you'll always look and you'll find in that 24 vehicle, and he's there in 3rd, riding right behind Joseph Causey. So while we're all single file, we're going to take a quick step aside. We're going to go side by side here and let y'all hear from our partners here at Pit Stop TV.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Sound art introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Welcome back, race fans, to the virtual Daytona International Speedway. And again, Greg Holt, Joseph Causey, Jason Miz, your top three. In fourth place now has moved Tyler Markle into the mix, and he's got Kyle Lingerfeld in tow. Theron Elam Jr. 6th, Matthew Setzer 7th, with Devin Smith in 8th, Joshua Bally at 9th, Andrew Pratt 10th, with Kevin Thompson in 11th, Jeremiah Stutzman 12th, and Garrett Velzy 13th. And the lap vehicle there, the 96 truck of Matt Rogers down in 34th. That is, that's what we got for this lead pack here into the second half of this race at the Daytona International Speedway. Let's take a look at the second group being led by Eric Peck. They've gone from 4.5 seconds behind the leaders to 10 seconds. This group is not very organized. They're trying to get something to happen here, but I don't know if it's really going to happen. Randall Barnett right now, the truck responsible for trying to push Eric Peck and Vat Lane forward, but not really able to get to the tailgate there to 25, or not enough at least to make any huge gains.
Well, with 44 laps left in this thing, these guys have got to be wondering what the fuel strategy is going to look like, if they're going to have to make another pit stop. I don't believe they will, but I have no idea how their fuel's looking because I am obviously not in a truck driving right now, so we'll have to see what the pit stops look like. If we do get another one, how the strategy is going to affect these drivers.
Absolutely. And we continue on here working lap 57. And again, we saw these drivers, they pitted on around lap 33. And the Pacific Sim Sport group with Burnt Rubber, they went to 35. So I'd imagine they're going to go to 70, 65 or 70 to try to make it to the end and make it an easy two-stop. If they are able to run that long now, if there is any fuel saving going on, or if you're the lead car, or lead truck, if you will, if you're going to be able to make that fuel number. And Greg Holt's still leading here, so there's no concern, no active concern from the Pacific Sim Sport group to try to shuffle the leader, to try to save some fuel for Greg Holt. So I'd imagine that it's an easy 2-stop and nobody's really concerned about fuel, but we just await and see now. We are about 8 to 13 laps from that fuel window. We will see what happens.
Yeah, we will have to see how this thing pans out, and if there is going to be another pit stop there, it's only going to be a 2-stop. So these drivers are going to try and make it as long as they can to get to the finish line and win the Outlaws Sim Series debut on Pit Stop TV at Daytona.
Yeah, again, the first points race on the season, the first Outlaws Sim Series points race on Pit Stop TV. And we're glad to be here. Glad that this partnership came together. This is a great group of guys, and then we brought in some new faces as well to just spice things up a little bit as we head into an open truck setup season. An open setup season in these trucks. Again, relatively new drivers to the sim, drivers on the sim. Most of this core group of guys has been on the sim for about a year and a couple months now, and it's really been something watching them grow, and again, how clean they are. Being most of these guys new to the sim, they're so clean. Like I said, last season in full-length Xfinity Series races averaged 2.91 cautions a race with no stage cautions or anything like that. That is phenomenal to me.
Yeah, and racing around some of these guys, it was fairly clean. Now, I didn't have the greatest of runs in this Outlaw Sim Series, but when I did run, these drivers were fairly clean, and it was clean racing all around, great racing all around, like we're seeing here now at Daytona.
Let's go further back into this pack. Let's ride in the number 7 truck of Joshua Balliet again. The highest running championship 4 driver from last season is right now in 9th in the season opener. And not a whole lot he can do. He doesn't have too many friends up here. He doesn't have Cody Vreeland. He doesn't have Seth Berger. He doesn't have Max Service. He's got Tyler Markle, who was a teammate to him last season. They're good friends, but he's also 5 trucks up the road. Balliet's kind of by himself in this group.
Yeah, he's by himself, but he's got some people behind him that he fairly knows from the series, so we'll have to see if maybe he can get some help from someone in the pack.
Absolutely, and of course, it's Daytona. You're going to obviously make your friends when where you find them, and right now he's got the lap truck of Dan Park, that 6 truck. Now, they're good friends, but how much he's going to be able to use that 6 truck to his advantage, I don't know. It's just another truck into the group of trucks. That adds to the truck count for more things to happen, if you will. And Balliet just kind of biding his time here.
Yeah.
Now 40 laps ago, coming around to 39 this time by the line.
And especially that 6 truck isn't battling for positions right now, so we'll have to see if maybe Balliet does something different with that 6 truck. But I mean, he's just staying behind him right now as the 6 truck is battling for that lap back if there were to be a caution.
Absolutely, and Dan Park again. He is the first driver 1 lap down in that 6 truck, Dan Park. We saw him get a top 5 last season at Daytona. I believe he got 4th in the Daytona race last season, so he knows how to get it done on these plate tracks as well. But right now, 30th, 1 lap down, that's not how you get it done.
Yeah, it's not how you get it done, but I mean, hey, he's made it work so far as we see
yeah,
Jason Miz go to the lead.
Yeah, Jason Miz has gone around Greg Holt. Maybe Greg Holt had to save some fuel. There was a switch between the Pacific Sim Sport guys, the same group of drivers lead, but there was a lead change between Greg Holt and Jason Miz, and I do want to get a replay of that so you can see it all unfold here. And I think Miz just jumped out of line a while ago. This is actually a lap ago, and we'll see what happened in this entire lead change. So this is Jason Miz. He jumped out from behind Joseph Causey all by himself.
Yeah, Miz went all by himself, but then Causey thought about it. I mean, and then he kind of went up there with that 24 and pushed him around Greg Holt. We'll see that coming probably soon here.
Yeah, and again, Causey was just waiting for Miz to get clear, and I think this was a coordinated plan. They let the driver in 3rd get the run, get draft around the top 2, and if he can get clear of Causey would jump out of line as well, push them both to the lead. Holt was definitely on the brakes, trying to get the top 2 clear, and that's how that overtake was coordinated there. And Jason Miz is the current race leader. There was some action going on behind that, though. Tyler Markle is no longer in fourth as Jeremiah Stutzman has worked his way by Tyler Markle. And actually in the third is Stutzman now. He had help from the lap truck of the 96 of Matt Rogers. So lap truck impacting this race. It's not the biggest of impacts, but what it did do is it split that trio of Pacific Sport drivers, and it split them, a pair of them in front of Jeremiah Stutzman. Actually, never mind, Jeremiah Stutzman is a part of that group as well. So that's just actually 4 Pacific Sport drivers, Pacific Sim Sport drivers in the top 4.
Yeah, they are in the top 4 now, and they're leading. And remember, Causey won this race, so it's not last week at the Clash, so it's not really a surprise to see these guys up front here again.
And again, there was a good chunk of them that got taken out in the early accident, the Clash that happened on lap 11. There was a wreck at the front of the field, and I mean, when you have a field of 35 trucks all packed up, not many trucks are going to be able to get through when the leaders wreck. And unfortunately, that's what happened. A few drivers in that group got taken out in that one with no fast repairs. And now we're seeing, I mean, now we only have 4 of them up here, and then the rest of this group is scattered throughout the field. But again, 4 of them up here, they have a lot of good names up here, a lot of good manpower up here that they can control this race now, even if they get double wide, even triple wide if they have to. So watching laps tick down, pit stops definitely in the coming laps. Everybody is single file, and I know they've been running single file, just trying to tick laps away, but they're single file now, I'd imagine, to start spotting that pit entry. And remember, we saw the Pacific Sim Sport guys of Causey, Miz, Holt, and Stutzman. They all went long, but they also brought Burt Rubber with them. We got a crash in the back. Eric Peck and Randall Barnett on the pit lane.
Oh no!
I'm gonna replay and see what happened, and if this does bring out a caution, we'll have to see as well. But this happened a few moments ago, and they were actually just trying to pit. And so in the pit lane, Randall Barnett and Eric Peck slides. He spins around, and Randall Barnett also. They just both spin on pit entry.
Synchronized pit entry spinning there, I see.
That is unbelievable, and just harder times for this group of drivers. Again, Randall Barnett in his Outlaws Sim Series debut, and a bunch of drivers, of course, just trying to make up time on the lead group, and that's not going to help them as well. We have a bunch of trucks on pit lane, drivers having to reverse back to their pit stalls, and Burnt Rubber, well, what's left of Burnt Rubber, actually, no, Balliet is up here. Balliet stays with the Pacific Sim Sport guys. Everybody else is dropped out of this lead group onto the pit lane.
Yeah, these guys are going to be playing the strategy very well here, and it looks like they're going to all go down now to try and get it to just a 2-stop.
And everybody trying to make it onto pit lane, they all do. And again, these trucks a little bit harder to slow down than the Cup and the Xfinity car, but they all get them low down and down to pit road speed. Garrett Velzy has an earlier box, and he has to dive out of the way. But there's only 6 trucks in this group, and I don't know if Balliet and Velzy will be able to stay attached to them. We'll have to see where it all pans out. Now Seth Berger, who is staying out, is going to take the lead of this race. He's got Max Service with him, Andrew St. Cour, and the 67 there of Doug Solms.
You'll have to wonder what it'll do for these guys now staying out. Maybe they're going to get some more laps in and try and do something special, spectacular, but I have no clue other than that what these guys are doing here right now.
Yeah, Doug Solms is 1 lap down in this race, but he is the first truck 1 lap down. If a caution were to come out right now, Doug Solms would be back on the lead lap. So off of turn number 4, we await these drivers. I assume they're pitting this lap, and they stay out. They're going to run these tanks empty. I assume they're going to be able to get to lap 70 or 72 even. Cody Freely and Brad Bothwell on the pit lane as well. Let's see where the rest of the merge is, and looks like Miz, Causey, and Stutzman have gotten grouped up, and Balliet's going to be in their draft, and that's about it. They have also lost Greg Holt. Greg Holt is back here in this second group.
And I wonder how those pit stops went out, because, yeah, they lost Greg Holt there. So that pit lane, again, this is Daytona. It is banked on that pit exit. That pit exit is very hard to take. sometimes. So maybe something happened on the pit exit for these guys that we lost some of them.
So what's happened here is it's 3 Pacific Sim Sport guys and Joshua Balliet, and I can't imagine Balliet's gonna have an easy time finding friends in this group. If we stay green, he may be outnumbered here.
Yeah, he might be outnumbered. I know with what these guys were running last season, especially him and Joseph Kazia. Yeah, it was rough. So he's definitely not gonna find any friends in that group.
Well, as Seth Berger, Max Service, Andrew St. Clair all hit the pit lane. Jason Miz and thought they were slowing down on the track, and I believe they're going 160 miles an hour. I don't know if that's full race pace. There might be a caution on the speedway.
Yep, I think there is a caution on the speedway here. I don't know what it would be for, but I think there might be a caution on the speedway.
So we're going to try to see and figure out what it was. We're going to try to go back and find the replay and see what happened. Dan Park on the pit lane, and he's been on the pit lane for a little bit, getting some damage repairs. And we'll see what this was for Dan Park. He was on the pit lane for a while, so I don't believe it was even Dan Park. We'll try to figure out where this caution happened. It might be Eric Peck. Eric Peck was slow on the racetrack by himself. I don't really know what this caution has come out for, but the caution is out on the speedway, and we'll try to get clarification. We'll try to figure out what this caution eventually did come out for. But Jason Miz is the current race leader under caution here at Daytona.
It looks like on lap 69, I'm getting intel from our very own Vincent Cortez that it was the 89 of Kevin Thompson who spun on lap number 69 that probably brought out the caution.
Well, let's go and investigate, shall we? We will go back and try to find it. Try to find the 89 of Kevin Thompson here. Here to 19th position. He's at the back of this group, so we'll watch and we'll see what happens. I'd imagine pit stops aren't really going to happen in this group, or of the drivers who just pitted, unless they're coming to top off on fuel. But here's Kevin Thompson working his way to the back end here. This is Andrew Pratt he's working with, and Randall Barnett. They worked their way past the 3 truck of Greg Holt, and did they try to clear prematurely? Is this what happens? Just down the back straightaway, and Greg Holt is here as well. It's be interesting to see. Coming up the track now, Holt, they take it 3 wide. Velzy sends Holt up into, oh no.
Oh no.
Now, I don't know, the extracurricular activity there at the end was probably what warranted the yellow, but I don't know if that necessarily should have brought out a caution. For league rules, I mean, it is a 2-car contact system, but I mean,
I don't.
It's out anyway. I just don't necessarily know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but I mean, I guess it could have. I don't think that would have warranted a caution. They both saved it.
And then 96, I guess, got loose on the apron, and as we've mentioned, it's a very bumpy apron, very banked apron. It's tough down there, but it looked like he kind of spun out and collected the 89 as well. And Greg Holt, I think in that instance, he was trying to avoid the 48 of Garrett Velzy in that instance. But again, they were 3 wide, and I don't think they were expecting to be 3 wide as well. But it happened there. And once another view of it is Greg Holt just kind of bodies Kevin Thompson into the wall and ends this race. Eventually, it brings out a caution. It groups everybody back up. It gets Greg Holt back into this race. Just a very crazy turn of events here on lap 69, lap 70 of this race. After we ran green for 69 straight laps.
That just plays it out. We'll have to see. Now everybody's going to be grouped up together again, so we don't have to worry about that single file run to the finish. There's going to be some laps here to try and get to the lead if you want it. There's not a lot of time left now with this caution, but these drivers are going to be going crazy for these last 30 or so laps.
Well, the lights are out on the safety vehicle, but nobody's really doubled up. I know we had the choose rule in effect, but nobody's really doubled up. I don't know if the race control has called that they're going to extend the caution. They just haven't already, and now we're doubling up here. So it's Andrew St. Cyr moving up to the outside lane by virtue of the choose rule. He gets up to second. Andrew Pratt in third. This is all behind Jason Miz, by the way, the race leader. Garrett Velzy in fourth. Seth Fitzpatrick, Jeremiah Stutzman, Joseph Causey, Matthew Setzer, Devin Smith, Farron Ealing in the top 10. Oh, there is no choose rules for the plate tracks. My apologies. So this is straight up based on pit stops as well. I assume drivers pitted to top off on fuel because now that we've gotten a caution, I don't know if we're going to finish this race under green. I think we might also have a chance at some overtime.
Yeah, like they say, cautions bring on caution, so we'll have to see if we get any more of them.
So here we go into the trial via iRacing.com safety vehicle. Will find its safety in the pit lane, and we are green at Daytona once again. The first restart of the night. Jason Miz leads. Down the back straightaway, noise is being made. St. Cyr trying to make something happen on the outside. Andrew Pratt is up here and he's ready to mingle for the race lead. Jason Miz, he doesn't have his teammates with him. Causey trying to push Seth Fitzpatrick to get himself up there. Andrew Pratt jumps out to the top spot, side by side for the race lead. Andrew Pratt now got St. Cyr with him to the line. Jason Miz leads at the line, but Andrew Pratt, and there's a big wreck in the back. Oh my God! Brad Bothwell hard into the outside wall.
Oh man, what a hit for the 31 of Brad Bothwell.
And that will definitely warrant a caution on the speedway. And as they say, cautions breed cautions, and we'll get a long view of this one. And Brad Bothwell, the main driver involved in this incident. So we'll see here they're coming off of turn number 4. And Brad Bothwell is on the outside. He's got McClune with him. And oh no! Richardson gets turned in the middle of the field. Nowhere for Bothwell to go. That is... oh my, that is unfortunate. I mean, what do you do in that situation? There's just a truck spinning in front of you. That is wild.
Yeah, that was an insane wreck. I don't know what to think.
Oh no, and there was all checking up, and John Mickey just had nowhere to go, and there was contact there. A truck went through the 31 of Bothwell that I'm sure has a lot of damage in that as well. Brandon Richardson, another driver, another heavy hitter with big time damage in this wreck. I have to see here, I believe the vehicle in that one might have been McClune. Or somebody near McClune. Maybe Kevin Tom. No. I'm going to find up here. You see it happen on the bottom of your screen. You could not identify that driver. There's a driver that made a big amount of contact back here, though. Max Service. We saw Service and Balliet all over the road back here. I assume they tried to come to a stop. But we're going to ride on board with Brad Bothwell in this incident and just see exactly what he saw, because that was crazy.
Was a hard hit.
Right on board with Brad Bothwell. And the first real big incident of the night for Brad Bothwell and Brandon Richardson. Richardson had contacted from the right rear with John Mickey, and Bothwell just nowhere to go. That might have been the 18 of Josh McClune in that one. Yeah, McClune has some front end damage there.
Yeah, just a little front end damage, and that was pretty nuts to see. I mean, we were running green, we were doing good, you know, like they do say, cautions breed cautions, but I didn't think it was gonna happen so early into the green flag run that I thought we were gonna have.
So we're working under only the second caution of the day tonight. I want to bring up a driver that has had a great run so far today, and I want to see if we can bring him on up. It's always great talking to this man, but especially when he's led so much of the race that he has. Jason Miz, it's good talking to you. You got some laps under your belt now as the leader.
Yeah, I'm not used to seeing nobody in front of me. It's a good change for once.
Absolutely. So talk about it. Of course, being paired up with the Pacific Sim Sport guys, and having Kazi and Holt and Stutzman up there with you must make things really nicely. But there was a change there where Holt was the leader, and you jumped out of the line. What was all that about?
Well, the guys at the Performance Sims, we just wanted to let me out front and help Greg save a little bit of gas, just trying to make our marks. And then we hit it. We were good to go, and then this came out.
Right, so now you're leading here, lap 77 of 100. There's, only so many laps to go. We have 23 at the line, and, coming up to the 1 to green here, I'd assume. And you don't have too many teammates up. You have Kazi a little bit behind you, but other than that, you're kind of on your own. And with 22 laps to go, things are going to get crazy here. What's your game plan?
Hold that yellow line and don't let nobody underneath me. And keep it to the floor.
Fair enough, Jason. So we're going to give you the floor here. Whoever you got a shout out, whoever you got to thank, the floor is yours.
I got to give a really big shout out to my wife. Tonight's our 14-year anniversary, and she's leaving me race. So got to thank her and Greg and Kazi and the guys at Performance Sims for this awesome setup and good teamwork so far. So, and shout out to you guys. You guys always do a great job, and we're so grateful to have you guys, because it wouldn't be the same without you guys.
Absolutely, and it's always a blast covering these Outlaws races, and now with the partnership with Pit Stop TV, I think it makes it just that much better. But we're gonna leave you to it, driver. Best luck to you in the final 22 laps of this race, and potentially overtime as well. We'll leave you to it. Best luck to you. Hopefully, we're talking to you on the far side.
Yep, hopefully. See you guys.
Good luck, Miss.
Thank you.
And that was driver of the number 24 and our current race leader, Jason Miz. And again, what a guy. We usually talk to him in practices and pre-race interviews, trying to see where is he going to be able to make some time up. He was one of the contenders on the playoff bubble last season and just missed out. And now Jason Miz here leading laps early at Daytona. What a great run today would do for him. But we're getting ready to get back to racing here. The iRacing.com safety vehicle now peels into the safety of pit lane, and we are green from Daytona. 22 laps to go. And the field is slowing down again.
It looks like it happened.
Oh,
sorry to cut
no.
you off here. It happened in the back of the field. Greg Holt got into it. It was at the start there. I didn't want to say anything there, but yeah, caution is out on the speedway.
Oh my goodness. And we ran 69 laps, green flag, and the cautions keep piling. Oh my goodness, a restart jumble up. Andrew Schroeder turned in front of the field. Tyler Markle, Greg Holt, heavy damage. Oh my goodness, Jesse Little. Sorry, not Jesse Little, Jesse Adams, big damage as well. And again, no faster pairs. This is taking out a lot of drivers. And I was wondering why the whole field was very spread out. That was weird as that. And something amiss with Andrew Schroeder's truck.
Yeah, might have missed a gear or misshifted or something, but that Andrew Schroeder truck definitely caused that one there. Not on purpose. Like to see here. Oh! Yeah, I think he just missed a shift there.
Right in front of the field. Just, oh no. That looks so reminiscent to so many other, money shift wrecks on restarts, and it's difficult because, it's just a simple mistake, but so many trucks get involved in it. I mean, a lot of drivers, will feel it's unnecessary, but it's just part of it. It's unfortunate, but what do you do in this situation?
I have no idea. It's just something that shouldn't have happened, something that was an accident, and it's just kind of happened, and there's nothing much he can do about it now.
Give a share. Max gets Holmes and the 66 of Joshua Fox gets some damage, and that ends up as the race leader. Joshua Fox does, so that's interesting to see how that worked out, where Fox is the leader, but he got damaged in that incident. He's actually on pit lane. He's towed back, so that would explain that. But a while to restart pile up at Daytona, and I just want to bring us through the race info. We're working our third caution of the day. We've had 13 lead changes so far in this race. Jason Miz, the most recent, and leading here at Daytona, still under now the third caution in a row. We went 69 laps green. We had a simple accident at the back of the field. They were trying to go 3 wide of a slower truck. It was for position nonetheless, but there was 3 wide. There was some contact made between Holt and Thompson. Thompson went around along with the 96 of Matt Rogers. And then we had a lap of green flag racing, and it was Brandon Richardson and John Mickey making contact. And around Brandon Richardson went Brad Bothwell had nowhere to go, and they both had heavy damage. And then this restart pile up with Andrew Schroeder and many, many trucks involved. Tyler Merkel, Joshua Fox, Jesse Adams. So many more trucks involved. We're whittling the field down, but I don't know if this is oh, man, by the way, both of our race controllers last season, John Mickey and Matt Rogers, both involved in incidents today in the season opener.
Yeah, tough break for them, but not much you can do. It's a plate track. I guess you can just go into next race and hope to get some better luck.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're working our way here off of turn number 4. I want to see if there's another driver we can bring on up. And yeah, this driver has been fast today. He's led a good chunk of laps today as well. Andrew Pratt, looking very sporty in that number 75 truck. You've led 15 laps today. Are you having fun, man?
That felt like 100 laps there, but yeah, a lot of fun, man. A lot of good racing. Got a good track. Definitely, I think we got a shot at it if we can stay in front of that 88 truck. I think he's one to watch.
Absolutely. And now you're lining up here on the inside lane, the second row on the inside lane. I don't quite know what's going on with the restart formation here, but you're restarting here with 18 laps to go on the restart. What is the game plan for the 75 truck to move forward?
We're just going to stay smart and just try to keep the fenders on until a couple to go, and then we'll let her loose.
Absolutely.
But we can build a good run with this track, and if we get one, we're going to take it. I know that.
Right on, Andrew. And again, a great run today, leading so many laps early and keeping yourself in contention here for the late part of this race. So we're going to give you the floor here. Who do you got to shout out? Who do you got to thank for your running so far in this race?
Oh, well, first off, I want to thank Scooby for, hosting this week for us. It is a lot of fun. And second off, I want to shout out to all the fans, and hopefully we're putting on a good show, and I think it's about to get crazy here.
Well, right on. We're going to leave you to it, driver. Best luck to you in the final stages of this race, and hopefully we're talking to you on the far side, Andrew.
Thank you.
And that was driver of the number 75, Andrew Pratt. And again, leading 15 laps early here, and he's up here, second row on the inside lane. Man, this is going to be a fun one. Can we get some green flag racing? I don't know. But we're going to find out as the iRacing.com pace vehicle finds the safety in the pit lane once again. We're racing once again at Daytona. Down the back straightaway we go. Joseph Causey trying to get himself out in front. Jason Miz was able to line up with his teammate, but Seth Fitzpatrick is trying to take the lead of this race. A big push from the 75 of Andrew Pratt.
Yeah, but we'll have to see if Causey makes the bigger push. He probably is going to get it done, but it looks like Miz is going to lead the lap for now. But will that 24 truck get around the 2?
We'll have to see. We have 17 laps to go in this race, and it is Seth Fitzpatrick going to the front for the first time tonight, and he's clear to the race lead. And how about Andrew St. Cour getting back into the mix?
Andrew St. Cour making a good run so far, and he's doing really well right now as we still see that 2 truck though out in front right now. Causey not getting a good enough push to get the 24 of Jason Miz around the 2 of Seth Fitzpatrick.
They're going to need some more muscle up there, and Joshua McClune is trying to give that muscle. Last season's Clash winner, Joshua McClune, enters into the mix on the outside in that 4th truck on the outside lane. Now Jason Miz has the advantage into 1. Seth Fitzpatrick trying to keep himself relevant down in that battle, but Andrew Pratt is not pushing enough. Now Causey trying to get clear of Seth Fitzpatrick as they come off of turn number 2. Jason Miz is the leader. Can he get Causey clear to the lead, clear to second as well?
It looks like they are going to pull down right in front of Velzy there, and they are going to take it. Jason Miz leading once again here at Daytona.
Garrett Velzy joins the group, and he gets cleared to 3rd position, and now he's setting himself up for a prime run to the checkers. Now we're going around to 15 laps to go here at Daytona, and now Andrew Pratt jumps out of line. We know how aggressive he's going to be. We know how much he wants to win. He's got a great truck under him. He's led a lot of laps early. He's trying to go forward with Andrew St. Cour and Farron Elam Jr. in tow.
Now let's see if that outside run can get a run to the lead, but we know Causey is going to stay committed to Jason Miz for the moment, but that outside lane is moving. They are moving quickly through the pack. Can Pratt lead a lap here at Daytona again?
Andrew Pratt trying to get back to that race lead. As you've stated, he needs some more manpower. Andrew St. Cour has given all he's got to try to get Andrew Pratt to the top spot. Into the tri-oval, Pratt leads at the line by inches. But can he lead at the line when it matters most? We've got now 14 laps to go at Daytona. Andrew Pratt now fades back a little bit just because the inside line is the shorter way around. Seth Fitzpatrick staying loyal down there. Jeremiah Stutzman as well. And now Devin Smith has joined the mix down there in 10th. I don't see Devin Smith staying down on that inside lane for too long. But it's 4 trucks on the outside, now maybe 5. If that 5 of Matthew Setzer can get up to the 18 of McClune up there. And now more trucks are joining out. A 51 of Ray Rogers wants to go forward, and I think business is starting to pick up here at Daytona. I don't think we're going to stay this way. I don't think we're going to stay green to the end, really. But these drivers are going to give their heart. They're going to drive their hearts out to get this win.
Yes, they are. They're going to drive their hearts out. They want to win, but who is going to get it done at the line? We will have to find out in 13, I believe, laps time.
We're right on board with Farron Elam the Jr. just to see what's going on in the heart of this pack, trying to push that 12 of Andrew St. Cour forward. Not much is happening there. Now the top 2, Causey and Miz, they've gotten linked up. They're going forward. Causey giving the greatest of pushes to Jason Miz, and we know how well Causey can do on these plate tracks. He's won the plate. He won the last points race at the Daytona Oval. He won the Clash at Daytona Oval. We know Causey knows how to get it done. He's pushing Jason Miz to put himself in the best position to succeed. in this race. And now Andrew Pratt, all the help he had from Andrew St. Cyr. It's starting to fade. This outside lane is starting to fade deeper and deeper into the running order. Is there anything saving that outside lane? It's now 2 trucks connected up there as Farron Elam has left the top side.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one as we see side by side still, but will there be an outside lane move? I have no clue yet, but that outside's trying to make it work, trying to do anything they can to get around Jason Miz and Joseph Ghazi.
They work their way through turns 3 and 4 again. The wrecked vehicles are staying down to the bottom side to stay out of the way of these leaders and not impact the finish of this race. We carry on in this battle. It's Jason Miz still leading Joseph Kazi, Garrett Velzy, the third truck on the inside, and now some muscles happening on the outside lane. Now we've got 5 trucks lined up. Farron Elam, Matthew Setzer joins the party up high. Side by side down the back straightaway. Andrew Pratt getting the big push from St. Cyr. Is it going to be enough? Josh McClune following suit. Farron Elam wants to go. Everybody trying to get their way forward. Back to the corner. The bottom side has the line to prevail. Now there's more trucks on that outside lane. There's a lot of muscle up there. If they can stay connected, that outside lane's going to go places. But the inside lane prevails through the trioval. Jason Miz leads. 10 laps to go at Daytona. Now a lot of trucks have left that outside lane once again, but there's still 3 and 4 strong up there. St. Cyr not giving up on Andrew Pratt. McClune wants to go forward as well. We know McClune can win races. He won last season's Clash. He won Pocono last season. He's trying to get himself a win to start this season off right. Everybody trying to get themselves a win to start their seasons off right, to see where they're going to be putting their foot forward in this battle for a championship. Oh, the truck on the inside, the 48 of Garrett Velzy blinks out as we come to 9 laps to go at Daytona. Andrew Pratt and Andrew St. Cyr. The Andrews on the outside lane making some hay once again, but they can't do it alone. They need McClune to get up there. They need Setzer to get up there. They need to get organized again. I know business is going to pick up as the laps dwindle down, but if they're going to really have something to say about this race, they need to act in numbers. And now look at Joseph Kazi stay glued to the tailgate of Jason Miz down the back straightaway. 6 trucks on the outside lane. There's the wreck number 6 of Dan Park on the bottom side. Matthew Setzer now falling back, and there's only 15 trucks in this lead pack that are in contention for this race when now Seth Fitzpatrick jumps out of line, trying to tow that outside lane forward, but is it going to be enough? Now Pratt in the pushing position. What can he do? 8 laps to go. Contact. They all have to check up for one another, and that's going to jumble up the outside lane again. They're going to have to get reorganized if they're going to want anything to say, but they've now fallen back to 5 cars on the inside lane. Farron Elam now the driver to the inside of the leader of the outside lane. Fitzpatrick up high with Andrew Pratt trying to make something happen. Still 6 trucks strong. I want to check in on the second pack here, led by Cody Vreeland, Max Service, and Joshua Balliet. They've got Seth Berger in tow as well. They are the last drivers on the lead lap, and they are expecting another caution in this race. And the way this pack is racing, I don't see why not. How about it? 7 laps to go from Daytona. Now, here comes trucks to the outside. 5 trucks strong. Farron jumps out behind Andrew St. Cyr, but they all get discombobulated once again. It's Seth Fitzpatrick and Andrew Pratt. Still nose to tail. St. Cyr got bothered by the air. He's dropped back now to the same length as Jeremiah Stutzman. Velzy is going to give a great shot to Kazi here to push Miz forward. Velzy trying to stay connected into the session and not affect the outcome of the race as well. Seth Fitzpatrick trying to win himself this race on the outside lane. Again, 6 trucks loyal, but is it going to be enough? 6 laps to go from Daytona. There's Tyler Markle's wrecked truck on the bottom side of the racetrack. The top three, they look unstoppable. Jason Miz is doing everything he can to win this race. He's doing everything perfectly. He's keeping his teammates close, and he's hugging that bottom line. If they're going to pass Jason Miz, they're going to have to outpower him and his teammates. And Jeremiah Stutson to the bottom side of the racetrack. I believe maybe there's a little bit of a nudge from Josh McClune, but Stutson finds his way back in line. We come around to 5 laps to go. Through the tri-oval once again. 5 to go. Seth Fitzpatrick trying to get in on this. Oh, and they get messed up on the outside lane. Everybody checks up for one another. I believe the caution is out. And Randall Barnett, I believe, is the one involved. Oh no, actually I don't believe he is the one involved. Kevin Thompson, he's off the pace. I believe Kevin Thompson may be the one involved. I believe we have another caution on the speedway in that sense, and I believe that is the case. I believe we have a caution here. We're gonna get the replay. And again, with 5 laps to go, this is Stutzman trying to move his way back in line. Everybody makes it in relatively well, and Randall Barnett catches the wall. Kevin Thompson hits Barnett. And once again, Kevin Thompson involved in an accident in turn 3. Unfortunate scene for the 89 of Kevin Thompson, but that is going to bring out the caution with 5 laps to go. Unbelievable. And you know what? That group of trucks at the back of the pack, or that were several seconds off the pack, like Cody Vreeland, Joshua Balliet or Malenko, Seth Berger, Max Service, they were all waiting for a caution to happen, and well, they got one. We're going to ride on board with Kevin Thompson and see what happened. Again, he's tailing the lap truck of Randall Barnett. Randall catches the wall, and Thompson just gets clipped trying to work his way past the 63 truck, and around they go. So, caution here at Daytona. Jason Miz, the leader. 5 laps to go now, 4 laps to go, and I'd assume overtime is definitely a concern for these drivers. I want to see if there is somebody else out there that we can get a word with. I want to see who we've got. Let's talk to last year's Talladega race winner, the last year's first plate winner on the season, Garrett Velzy. And Garrett, it's glad to be back up here. It's glad to have you back up here, Garrett. You're up there running third for a little bit, third truck on the inside lane, and you got your teammates around you. How have you been having fun? How are you feeling?
Good, man. Just trying to make it to the end of this thing, so we'll see what happens. Like you said, got some love around us. Can't ask for much more than that, I guess, at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I was just mentioning last time, I guess we were really talking to you. I know you got your podium last season at Kentucky, but you won the first plate race of last season at Talladega, race number 3 on the season. You're here now in a prime position to try to get it done here tonight. Do you think that 48 is capable of doing it?
I think it's capable. If it comes down to it, I wouldn't mind seeing Kazi or Miz in victory lane either. So that's the goal right now, is just making it to the end for all of us and just being smart.
Absolutely. So again, you've been as low as 24th today. It's been a wild day to say the least. But talk about how it's been through the long green flag run of nearly 70 laps, and then the slew of cautions, and what's been going through your mind in that 48 car.
Lots of pit strategy, trying to save fuel at the beginning. Cautions kind of killed that. So, it's a pretty good race for the most part. Hats off to Adam, and thank you guys for broadcasting this. Obviously, puts on an awesome show. A bunch of really rad racers out here, so not much more you can ask for, man. Super awesome racing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Garrett, you're coming around to the 1 to green. We're gonna let you get into the mindset. Before we let you do that, I'm gonna give you the floor here to shout out whoever you got to shout out. Thank you, whoever you got to thank for getting you to this point, giving you this opportunity at a potential win tonight here at Daytona.
Yes, thanks to Greg Holt. Like I said, thanks to Adam Gardner, and thanks to you guys.
Absolutely. And that was driver of the number 48, Garrett Velzy. And again, Garrett doing his part as part of the Pacific Sim Sport group on that inside lane. Pacific. I'm sorry. Performance Sim Performance Sim Sport group.
I bust you on it while I still have been here. You're good though.
Absolutely. We will get Garrett on his way. Anyway, the driver at number 48 here, he, again, last season he won at Talladega. He's definitely in position to win tonight's race as well, and he's got his teammates. He said he's going to play the teammate game with Joseph and Jason. We'll see how that works out. And I want to bring in Andrew for this call here at the end. And Andrew, we got ourselves a green-white checkered finish.
Well, yeah, I got to let you breathe here for a second, Emerson. You've been holding down the fort, I see, for a little bit. This is shaping up to be that classic kind of Daytona overtime finish. Obviously, we are working into extra laps here, a little bit extra distance. We would be coming up to almost stoppage time, if you will, if we were, watching the Euros, for example, or Copa America. But coming up to lap 100 of 101 now, extending this race a lot like Adam Gardner already likes to do with this league. So getting into that kind of unique situation where these guys, they've got to go all out, but they've got to calm themselves down for one lap. They've got to get back to that white flag if they want this restart to count. We're going to find out how this one's going to go in just a few moments. Emerson, we're coming to you.
The iRacing.com safety vehicle is going to find its safety in the pit lane. We're going to go green flag racing. It's overtime racing here at Daytona. The teammates, they all get lined up on the bottom side. Seth Fitzpatrick wants to jump out. He's got Farron Elam in tow. And now the 51 of Ray Rogers. Things are starting to happen in the middle of the pack as we come around to the white flag.
Side by side, that top side starting to get organized. One car goes up high. You see that green truck kind of fourth in line there as we come around to the white flag presented by Tucson Sound Dart. Almost a dead heat. The two now draws alongside Miz in that 24. Kazi looking like he maybe wants to go middle, tucks right back in behind Miz. Now the two starting to get a big run. The top side forming, getting momentum. Starting to edge ahead, Emerson, through turns 1 and 2. Back around to the Daytona Superstars for the final time in the season opener for the Outlaws Sim Series. 1 around behind. We keep racing a lot more around behind.
Big wreck in the background. We'll recap that later. But the battle for the win, and they're wrecking behind.
Go!
Oh no, and it's Kazi with Miz, and Seth Fitzpatrick doesn't have any help. And Jason Miz now edges out in front ahead of Joseph Kazi. And off of turn number 4, Jason Miz and Joseph Kazi's going to go around. But to the line, Jason Miz is going to win the Outlaws Sim Series season opener at Daytona.
And what a catch by Joseph Kazi. What a catch by that madman in the green and orange 88, but it's all Miz up front in the 24, taking the 24 back to Daytona International Speedway victory lane. The Pennsylvania driver puts the red, white, and blue Chevrolet Silverado on top of the scoring pylon in Florida.
Absolutely, and Jason, I know he is going to be super ecstatic. He's so down on himself when it comes to his iRacing stuff, and I know it's Daytona, but he is going to be through the roof when we get to talk to him. We're going to let him celebrate first, and we'll talk to him then. But Jason Miz, a great driver, just need to get himself in the right position. He got himself a great group around him, and Jason Miz, the winner here at Daytona.
What a show we just saw. Jason Miz will bring that number 24 back around to the front stretch. We'll do some burnouts here on the 18-degree tri-oval at Daytona. We'll get to see him celebrate after winning the first race of the Gunman Outlaw Truck Series. Boy, What a way to get the season started. I'm not going to lie, Emerson, I was watching you guys, you and Jacob Zala, hold down the fort for a long time. I was watching you guys while I was making mac and cheese just about a half hour ago. Boy, this was a lot of fun to watch. This was a lot of fun to bring onto the channel. I'm glad that we've got the Outlaws Sim Series here on Pit Stop TV, and it's really, really cool to see a red, white, and blue Chevrolet burn it down on the front stretch of the Tri-Oval here at Daytona. You see, it looks like, I think that's 71 coming around to complete that final lap, potentially after the crash in 1 and 2. I want to take a look back at, if we can, that crash in turns 1 and 2. That changed the dynamic of the entire final lap.
Absolutely, and we're gonna have to go back a little ways to figure it out here, but here we go. We're gonna catch it here on the back side of the white flag, and it all goes on back here. Jeremiah Stutzman here in the 71 truck. I believe it was that black truck in the back or right in front of Balliet here that might have gone around to watch Balliet working his way up with the 10 of Cody Vreeland. 3 wide back here. They've all taken the white flag. Now Matthews sets her way up the track, and it just all goes down here into turn 1.
You got one purple truck in the wall up top of turn 1. They kind of stack up avoiding him. They go 3 wide to miss, and the 5 gets into the 71, and they're just all on the fence from there. That starts off the first big issue on the final lap, and then they collide on the backstretch here, Emerson, and that's what really affects this finish, obviously. Somebody, I think, tries to go 3-0 right there. It looks like, I'm not sure who that was in the Kellogg's colors, but that ends up really shaking things up, and one car on his lid. Is that Malenko?
That is Malenko on his side there.
Oh my goodness.
I believe Garrett Velzy was the driver who was trying to make something happen there on the back straightaway, and I mean there wasn't a whole lot he could have done here, but we're gonna get the opportunity here to try to talk to our race winner, driver of the number 24, Jason Miz. Jason, I know you are so ecstatic for this win, but talk about it. 39 laps led. You were in control of this race. How does it feel?
Oh my God, it's freaking amazing to finally get the first win on iRacing in this league. I've been wanting it for a while, and I'm just happy to finally get it. Oh,
absolutely.
I don't even know what to say.
You know, we don't blame you. As Andrew mentioned brilliantly, a red, white, and blue Chevrolet winning on the front straightaway at Daytona just after the 4th of July weekend. What could have been a more fitting timing for a victory like this? But for you, Jason, you had a rough season last season. You missed the playoffs. What kind of a mindset now do you have looking forward to a whole new season, leaving as the potential point leader?
Well, just making sure, make the races, and just wait for the playoffs, and just keep momentum up all year, and just keep growing and getting better.
Absolutely, Jason. So you come again to Daytona with the race win, and your teammates, again, that move to get around Greg Holt because of the fuel mileage, that's pretty much what set this off. Was it always going to be you moving to the front, or was it you that just made the initial move to the front that got you to that? Because that was really the point that you won this race.
No, we were just going to stay like we were, and Greg was a lap short. So I said I still had a lap and a half more than what we needed. And I said, let me jump out front. You guys just, stay behind, save some gas. And I mean, I originally was fine finishing anywhere in the top 5 as long as all my teammates were in front of me. That's the mindset we came in with. It didn't matter who, as long as one of us got it.
And then the final restart, overtime restart. I'm sure your heart rate's through the roof. You're having to battle a very strong outside lane. What are you thinking? What's going through your mind? Is there any thoughts coming to mind?
Oh man, how I've lost so many came through my mind at that point. And when I seen the wreck on I guess it was the backstretch, I knew the outside line didn't have any help. I just told Kazi, I said, are you sticking with me? Because if not, I'm throwing a block. Just let me know now. He said, just go for it. So I kept going. He said he wasn't leaving, and then him and I guess the 2 got together. And at that point, I knew I had it. It's just for the past 10 laps, my adrenaline was going for sure, because I knew we had something. It just didn't need something wrong, or something to go wrong.
Absolutely. Well, Jason, once again, congratulations on the victory here at Daytona in spectacular and dominating fashion. We're going to give you the floor now. Whoever you have to shout out, whoever you have to thank for the win tonight at Daytona.
First and foremost, my wife Danielle. 14 years, to the best wife any man could ever ask for. It's been incredible. Definitely got to thank Greg, Joseph, Andrew Schroeder, Garrett. Jeremiah was riding with us. He stuck with us that race. I got to thank the guys that you guys don't even know over in Performance Sims. They've been working a lot with me on getting me better, and I couldn't have done it without the team. So, and again, you guys, I can't tell you guys enough how much I enjoy listening to you guys when I go back and watch this, because you make it so entertaining, and without you guys, like I said, we ain't going to have anything without you guys.
It means a lot, Jason. Of course, you need to go out and celebrate this with your wife on your anniversary. I think that no better timing for you to just go and let it all out. So congratulations, Jason. We're gonna leave you to it, and yeah, congratulations. Best of luck to you on your season.
Thanks, sir.
Of course, that was driver of the number 24, Jason Miz. We're gonna step aside for a quick moment. We're gonna be right back to post-race coverage here of the Outlaws Sim Series here from their season opener at Daytona. A thrilling race, a thrilling finish, and a new winner to the Outlaws Sim Series. All that and more is recapped on the far side of this break. We'll see you then.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
SoundArt introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of two products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. Sound art ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20 and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
Welcome back, race fans, to the virtual Daytona International Speedway and to post-race coverage here from the Outlaws Sim Series and their season opener at the Daytona International Speedway. And again, an amazing finish. And we've got to talk to the race winner, Jason Miz, in the 24 truck. And there's two sides to every story. And the hard charge on the outside lane, second place finisher Seth Fitzpatrick came up a little short there, especially with the wreck there on the last lap, but he's standing by with our Andrew Cardinale the fourth.
And Seth Fitzpatrick, it is the biggest race of the season, at least until next week. We'll see how next week goes for you, but from my understanding, brand new to the series, you started second place, dropped as low as 32nd. Sorry, you started 18th. You finished second after being as low as 32nd, no laps led, but you were darn close there at the end. You restarted on the outside of row number 1. Things were starting to go your way at the white flag lap. What happened from there?
Just trying to get everything we could, and didn't quite have the help I needed, but we got a good result out of it.
Sounds like a classic restrictor plate race answer to me. Trying to get everything you could, couldn't quite make it happen. If there was anything that you could change, though, about the final few laps, even before that caution, even before that last restart, what could you have done differently, do you think, maybe, to get this race win?
I don't know, man. I don't know if there's really anything I could have done differently, but maybe tried to hold them down a little bit more in the corner, but I don't think there was much else that could have been done different.
And Seth, we look ahead to the rest of a brand new season. We've got Rockingham next week, then Homestead Miami Speedway Auto Club to sum up the first few races here. How do you look forward to a very diverse opening to the schedule? I mean, Rockingham couldn't be farther from Daytona despite being kind of the traditional next track after Daytona. Then, of course, we got Homestead, also very, very different. Auto Club, it's different in its own ways. How do you expect to run these next few races?
I just wanted to go out and have fun, have a good time, try to get a win.
So Seth Fitzpatrick, a second place finisher at the Daytona International Speedway. Buddy, who do you have to thank? Who do you have to shout out for your second place this evening?
Probably, who was it? 98 for pushing me. He had me jacked up a few times there, but if it wasn't for him, I don't think I'd have got there.
Hey, everybody needs a little bit of help to get to the top at Daytona. You had that little bit of help, not quite the top, but darn near close to it. Congratulations, putting yourself on podium, silver medal, nothing to scoff at. Congratulations this evening.
Thanks, man.
Seth Fitzpatrick finishes things up in the second place position, just ahead. It didn't look like Emerson like he was going to finish just ahead of Ray Rogers, but it is just ahead of Ray Rogers. Boy, what a finish. It came right down to it, and Ray Rogers puts it in third place.
Yeah, absolutely. Ray Rogers had a wild run to the checkers there somehow, some way. The final spot on the podium for you, Ray. That final restart, what's going through your mind?
I told my team, I was like, they keep leaving that middle lane open. I was like, we're going 3 wide. They left it open pretty much the whole race, and I said, with 5 to go, if it's still open, I'm taking it.
Fair enough. I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get one of these races under your belt. So there's a lot of calamity that happened on that last lap, but I guess down the back straightaway, where were you in that? What could you see? Could describe the scenes there entering turn 3.
I didn't know what happened. I was just trying to get up to my teammate up there, Seth, and next thing you know, I see 2 cars inside my car, and I'm like, oh crap, we're wrecking. But yet nothing was happening to me. I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to keep the pedal down. So, and I did, and I ended up getting no more X's, and I don't know how that happened, and somehow pulled off a 3rd place.
Yeah, well, 3rd place, that's not too shabby of a start at all to the season, Ray. So, you've declared for full-time status this season. Glad to hear it. What are you looking at now, leaving Daytona with a 3rd place finish, giving yourself a nice little step in the right direction as you prepare to attack the rest of the 22 race schedule?
Well, we're just going to, I'm going to work, hopefully carry this little bit of momentum I've got into next week, and hopefully we can get a win sooner or later, and go on to the Sweet 16.
Absolutely. All right, Ray, we're going to give you the floor here. Whoever you got to shout out, whoever you got to thank, floor is yours.
Just say shout out to my teammates. They did a heck of a job of, all of us working together, and I appreciate every one of them. And shout out to you guys for what you guys do. It makes it very entertaining to watch you guys and to see what it was all about inside the booth.
Absolutely. We can't do it without the great show that you all put on the track, Ray. Congratulations on your podium finish, your 3rd place finish here tonight at Daytona. Best luck to you next week out at Rockingham.
I appreciate it.
And that was driver of the number 51, Ray Rogers, again, making a rookie season run this season in the Outlaws Sim Series, and he's starting his campaign off very well with a podium finish. But let's see how the rest of the field came to the checkers and what was left of their trucks as they came across the line. Of course, Jason Miz with the race victory over Seth Fitzpatrick, Ray Rogers. Joseph Kazi somehow, someway gets his 88 truck pointed in the right direction to come home in 4th after getting absolutely spun sideways out of turn 4. I don't know how he did that. As you said, Andrew, an amazing save. Justin T. Miller with a 5th place finish. John Mickey 6th after making some earlier contact with the 29 of Brandon Richardson that brought out a yellow. Joshua McClune comes home in the 7th position. Kevin Thompson 8th. Farron Elam Jr. 9th. And Garrett Velzy rounds out the top 10.
Coming in 11th, you've got the 81 of Max Service, just ahead of that 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman. Turns out rolling across the line later on like that, smoking as he may have been, was worth it. Devin Smith checks in at 13th. Andrew Pratt checks in at 14th. Rounding out the top 15, though, Andrew St. Cour. A couple of great names right there. Andrew Pratt, and Andrew St. Cour. Great first names, I got to say. Matthew Setzer checks in at 16th. Cody Vreeland finishes 17th. Seth Berger and Joshua Balliet or Malico finished 18th, 19th with their 3 7s put together, and Greg Holt finishes 20th. Balliet and Holt, the first 2 cars, 1 lap down.
On to the next page of results, and a lot of sad stories on this page. Randall Barnett making his Outlaws Sim Series return to the Outlaws League, Outlaws Sim Series debut. Eric Peck comes home 22nd, 3 laps down, with Doug Solms 23rd, Matt Rogers 24th, all of them 3 laps down. Jeremy C. Poole comes home in 25th. He'll be 9 laps down over James Gillier 26th, Dan Park 27th. They're both 10 laps down. Tyler Markle 28th after he had a rough week in his own right, 17 laps down in today's race as well. That's not going to be feeling too great for the rest of the week for him. Joshua Fox comes home in the 29th position, 22 laps down, along with Kyle Lingerfelt.
Finishing 31st, it's another Andrew Short. I'm getting all the Andrews. Isn't that interesting? Jesse Adams finishes 32nd, 24 laps down. Brandon Richardson in the 33rd spot. Brad Bothwell, after his painful early exit, along with Brandon Richardson, actually, their painful early exit that brought out the first caution flag of the evening. They finished 33rd and 34th, respectively. John Gifford ends up 35th in the, 31 laps behind the race leaders. Brett Bellows ends up 36th in the number 14. And, shout out to Jacob Zala for being here earlier on. Looks like we lost him there at the end, and you can see him there technically in that 37th spot, but not scoring points as he's one of our commentators here at Pit Stop TV, Emerson.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was a great show to call with Jacob and then to finish with you, Andrew. Phenomenal night. I was very pleased with the running we had earlier. I thought we were going to get a lot of green flag racing, and we did. We got a good 70 laps amount, and see how it ended up anyway. We had only 4 cautions tonight for 12 laps. That's actually less than both of the races that were longer last season. So we broke that in that sense, and 13 lead changes. A fair enough race, and we had a lot of action, but once Jason took the lead there at the end, he ended up just running away with it. He had his teammates behind him, and then he didn't have his teammates behind him, and he still ended up out on the top spot at the end of the night. But Andrew, we can't do these broadcasts without our partners here. Can you tell us more about them?
Well, of course, Tucson Sound Art holding down the fort. Of course, the white flag presented by Tucson Sound Art and all of our Pit Stop TV broadcasts now. Tucson Sound Art makes a lot happen for us, and they make a lot happen for themselves as well. You can go to TucsonSoundArt.com to learn more. The address is bottom side of your screens. If you're wondering if the S goes in front of the C for Tucson, don't worry. I'm from Arizona, and I wonder about it myself as well, but it's TUCSON, soundart.com that you can go to. You can find their entire profile of all kinds of products you can buy. They're all wrapped around the same kind of premise, though. It's a sound device, so a Bluetooth speaker, realistically, within a beautiful canvas. You can put any image that you want on it. Me, personally, I've got a throwback to last August with David Levine Racing when Whiplash Media was actually on the social media for them. We won at Charlotte Motor Speedway last year. That was a big moment for me personally, but for you, it could be a wedding, it could be a graduation, it could be anything. You can put it on a Tucson Sound Art device today, reasonable prices, and those reasonable prices get even more reasonable with our promo code PitStopTV that gets you 10% off of your order today at TucsonSoundArt.com. It's not just Tucson Sound Art, though. Of course, we could not do this without Race Pace, pretty much our sim sponsor here at Pit Stop TV, our sim partner, if you will, for setups, mostly on the road side. You can see a Formula car in the logo. Well, Race Pace specializes in road-going open setups for the iRacing.com sim, particularly in the GT3 range, but they mix around to, well, Porsche Cup cars and other cars by special request, but mostly on the road side. Use that Discord link bottom right to check in with Race Pace on Discord. Of course, we could not do this without the let's back up. We could not do this without the people up in Maine at Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine. Ashley Bollier and her team of specialists make great things happen for themselves, and of course, for all of you guys that you want to go out and, well, you want to look good for the summer, right? And it's not just the gals that got to get in on this one. The cryo thing is pretty especially important for men as well. My grandfather recently got a couple of cryo treatments up at Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine. They've got special locations, fantastic locations in Saco, Auburn, Lewiston, Naples, Harrison, Maine. Plenty of places to go and get yourself looking your summer best up in the great state of Maine. We, of course, also could not do this without Whiplash Media, the official graphic and camera provider of Pit Stop TV. Tomorrow, you'll see a special little bit with sim cams, and what we're calling sim cams are all these cameras that you'll watch with Pit Stop TV. So any of the cameras that you see in these broadcasts, these are actually for sale. If you want to grab them either for your own personal doings or to make your broadcast look a little better, whatever it may be, if you want to get a little bit of help in the sim cam department, Whiplash Media has you covered at pitstoptv.com/whiplash. And of course, last but not least, BAM Racing Videos by a race fan for the racing community. BAM Racing Videos puts fantastic races on YouTube. Yes, races on YouTube, much like we do, except these are real races that you can watch from local racetracks across the country. He's got real videographer experience. In fact, I work with him at Pit Road TV on a lot of the weekends. This guy knows what he's doing. He's got a fantastic repertoire of videos up on BAM Racing Videos on YouTube. Please, by all means, go check him out. Drop him a subscription. It is free, after all. You may as well go ahead and do it again. By a race fan for the racing community.
And of course, they do amazing races. They put amazing races on YouTube. We have more amazing races coming up on YouTube as well on our end. Double MSRA action this week. The Sprint Car Capital of the World hosts the MSRA Truck Series presented by VFW tomorrow night, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Again, driving the trucks at Knoxville this week has been an absolute blast. I cannot wait to see the show that the MSRA Truck Series has in store for us. And then we're heading out to Hampton, Georgia Friday night for Hot Atlanta. Atlanta Motor Speedway has the MSRA National Series. Also 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Friday night. You're not going to want to miss it there. And Andrew, is that a championship? Is that a season finale I see on Monday night?
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot to be happy with this next week or so of racing. You mentioned Monday night, of course, the BRP iRacing Series closing things out. Can't wait to be on the call with Joe O'Donohue for that one. Pro Dirt Late Models on dirt. It's fantastic stuff, fantastic racing all season long. The championship might be a little bit out of reach for Travis Miller, but nothing is over until the Fat Lady is singing at the end of the night, and we cannot wait to get to that point at the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. There's a lot to look forward to this weekend, though, and I almost feel a little bit of extra connection to each of these events. Well, I'll just let the cat out of the bag. I'll be in tomorrow's event with MSRA in the number 71 Whiplash SimCam's Toyota Tundra, so I feel a big special connection to that, considering I'm still behind on getting a setup done for that race. But I've also been at Atlanta Motor Speedway a lot recently, as you know, Emerson, with Track Pass and NBC Sports Gold and Thursday Thunder down there. That's been fun, but I will tell you, driving from the Charlotte, North Carolina area down to the Atlanta area, well, Hampton, so even further than the Atlanta area, is quite a drive, but boy, is it a fantastic facility. I got to give it to them at SMI and Atlanta Motor Speedway. They have done a fantastic job with that place. That is a bucket list track now for me for the NASCAR Cup Series and everything, so on and so forth. I'm not going to get to go there this weekend, which means I'll have to go there with the new track, though. I can't wait to see how that one pans out. And of course, well, I'm in the Charlotte area, so the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway is pretty special to me. Can't wait to see late models there virtually this Monday night. A whole lot to watch for on Pit Stop TV. Where can you watch it? Well, I'm glad you asked. We've got plenty of places to watch Pit Stop TV action. You can see our social media links here. We have also broadcast to Twitch, but I'll go ahead and walk through all of them with you right quick. Of course, Facebook, that's a standard. Facebook.com/Pit Stop TV. We've been on Facebook the longest, since August of 2017. It's crazy to believe that we're coming up on 4 years there. We are also on Twitter, Twitter.com/Pit Stop TV _ or by searching at Pit Stop TV _ over on Instagram. The Instagram and Twitch usernames are the same, Pit_Stop_TV, or you can go to the direct links, Instagram.com or Twitch.tv /Pit_Stop_TV. And we're also over on YouTube at youtube.com/C/Pit_Stop TV1, or just look up Pit Stop TV, look for the Sim Racing, you'll find us. We broadcast to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. We also post our social media updates this evening by Vinny Cortez to Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Fantastic content on all 5 platforms. You've definitely got to follow along with Pit Stop TV, especially a lot of you Outlaws fans. Brand new to the channel, maybe. You've got to follow along with us. There's a lot to be had, a lot to check out here at Pit Stop TV.
Absolutely. And again, next Wednesday night, the Outlaws Sim Series, their second race of the season, is at the Rockingham Speedway. It's going to be a blast out there. You're going to want to catch up with all the updates on all of the Pit Stop TV social media channels. And of course, back here next Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, the usual Outlaw start time. We'll be here with the coverage from Rockingham. But that'll do it for tonight here at Daytona. We're happy to have had you all here tuning in and joining us for tonight's action. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. And for all at Pit Stop TV, Jacob Zala joining me on the pre-race show in the first 90 laps. Vinny Cortez rocking it on social media coverage. Again, brand new to Pit Stop TV, and he has absolutely hit it out of the park. Huge shout out to Vinny for joining us on this ride with the Outlaw Sim Series, and Andrew Cardinale IV, my savior here at the end of this broadcast. Man, I love you. And one, thank you for giving us the opportunity to broadcast this series, but second, thank you for coming to my side here at the end.
Absolutely, buddy. It was good to be here. I want to thank everybody here. Of course, Adam Gardner with the Outlaws Sim Series. Got to thank Emerson for working out this partnership, kind of the middleman to bring all of this together. Jacob Zala for being a big part of it. Vinny Cortez, and all of you Outlaws Sim Series drivers and fans that may be watching, and partners as well. Thank you from the bottom of my heart personally. Emerson, go ahead and close this thing out.
Absolutely. And until next Wednesday night here for the Outlaws side, or tomorrow night for the MSRA Truck Series at Knoxville. We will see you then. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay cool. This has been the Outlaws Sim Series. This has been Emerson Arden at Pit Stop TV. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.